After entering the island, Lin Tian found countless foods from all over the world, as well as countless stalls and various costumes, beauties, and beers. Seeing the phone worms hidden in every corner, Lin Tian whispered, "It seems that this is their monitoring method." After the supply was over, Lin Tian took his small broken ship into the expo venue, which was in a place similar to a bullfighting arena. The difference is that inside the arena is a connected sea, while the audience all sat around, shouting and cheering. They are in high spirits, and everyone is extremely excited. The colorful fireworks float down from time to time in the sky, and I have to say that the welcome ceremony is still very sufficient. When Lin Tian's boat slowly drove into the venue, there was finally a voice at this time. "Dear navigators, have fun at the Pirate Expo. I think you all know very well that in the world of pirates, there is no taboo in fighting, stealing, kidnapping and cheating, but there is only one rule that cannot be violated. The Navy must never be notified of this celebration. Those who dare to inform will be caught by all the navigators present, chased to the end of hell." What a horror. I'm finished introducing to you. I am the host, Master of Field Control, Donald Moderat. A man wearing purple clothes and standing on wooden feet introduced himself. Then, our special guest, everyone's favorite singer, Annie. The female singer named Annie has green hair, a cute face, and a petite figure. She said, "Please give me your advice." As everyone knows, Annie is a devil fruit capable person. At the same time, the host took out a piece of paper with dinosaurs and said. Then the female singer Annie urged her devil fruit ability and said, "Phantom, phantom." Then the fire-breathing dragon walked out of the paper and started breathing fire. The pirates around were shocked. Welcome to the fruit's ability to project the images you touched in the form of phantoms. Lin Tian also said with a little interest, "Please advise." Annie greeted everyone again. This time the Pirate Expo, which has been resurrected for 20 years, has chosen this island as the venue for a reason. When the era of Great Voyage is about to begin, the pirate king Gil Roger discovered this island, which will be extremely valuable. His treasure is buried here. He also left such words. Our answers are buried in the deep and high darkness. Okay. Everyone. This is the challenge book initiated by One Piece. Let's solve this mystery. Get the treasure in your hands. Following the host's announcement, numerous powerful pirates of all kinds took their own pirate ship and sailed inside. Lin Tian also used the retrograde fruit to completely transform himself into a child, so that even Lei Ju and Hancock would never recognize Lin Tian. Then Lin Tian saw a familiar ship, a cute smiling lion on the bow of the ship, and a skeleton with a straw hat painted on the sail. Yeah, when I saw Fei and his party, don't worry, it will be fun. Lin Tian also stopped paying attention to Luffy afterwards, and controlled the small venue to drive away. All the pirates of the Pirate Expo can participate, although some pirates saw the appearance of Lin Tian's child, but they did not drive him away, which is Lin Tian's surprise. At this moment, Lin Tian felt the tide the water changes. Looking ahead, I found a huge vortex ahead, and many pirate ships have been sucked into the vortex. Come yet, Lin Tian also asked himself. Something unexpected happened suddenly. The host also said. At this moment, the vortex began to float upwards, forming a soaring ocean current in an instant. As a result, countless pirate boats were directly broken into pieces. Lin Tian naturally didn't care. He directly covered the boat with a defensive barrier, and then controlled the gravity of the ship, so it steadily soared into the sky and climbed upwards. Top-down ocean current, soaring ocean current. The host also pretended to be surprised and said, and then a lot of bubbles appeared, and there was also an extra large bubble among the bubbles, which was finally ejected by the sky ocean current, revealing his original appearance. What it is? Island. It's an island. A big bubble that wraps the entire island. As soon as the host's voice fell, the bubbles floated in the venue, and the sunlight looked particularly charming. This is absolutely not wrong. Roger's hidden answer is that. Okay, everyone. Next, you will show your magical powers. Rush to the treasure island. Look. There is already a small boat rushing into the sky in the ocean current. The host also said in shock. The cheers were deafening, and all the audience watching the play were very excited, and the boat was naturally Lin Tian's boat. Kid not far away also rushed forward unscrupulously, immediately. The host saw it and said, "Come." Except for that small boat. What rushed up in a flash was the Kid Pirates, known as the most ferocious generation. Captain Eustace Kid, and his partner Kira, the Killing Warrior, joined the battle. The Pirate Expo is getting more and more lively. Look for the treasure of Pirate King Gore Roger. No. This is already a battle for the treasures. The treasure hunting begins. Annie also said happily. Kid also rushed towards Lin Tian's boat while riding the soaring ocean current. And there were countless pirates behind Kid and Annie immediately. Explained. The pirates with swords pointing to the treasure, following Kid, first broadcast the pirate group, and the captain as Dian and Apu. Apu said. Don't be so anxious. Wow. The Drake pirates surpassed it. Captain Drake has approached Kid's ship. Red flag and DJing sound. Kid also asked fearlessly, but he didn't feel familiar at all when he looked at the person in front of him. But the cautious Kid did not directly attack Lin Tian in front of him, but chose to follow him steadily. Behind Lin Tian. The next most ferocious generation's little red and big stomach King Bonnie. The pink hair loves to eat. The big stomach Wang Bangni still eats and said, pizza. Let's have another one, ing. At this moment, Bonnie's ship was overtaken again. Asshole. What are you doing? Bonnie scolded. Trouble to make way. This lady, said a man with wings. The one who forcibly squeezed past is the pirate band of brokers, Captain Uruki. Annie explained. Uluki smirked, showing no gentlemanliness at all. The sound of shells came from behind the ship. The shelling is merciless. It was the flame tank pirate who launched the shelling, the godfather of the gang, Kappenberg. Becky still had the cigar in his mouth, and he said, the military is far from ours. Next is the Hawkins pirates. Why are they still doing fortune-telling leisurely? Annie said. Hawkins didn't say a word, and didn't know how it turned out. What is the result of the battle for hegemony? All the ships on the sky and ocean currents go hand in hand. The host is also full of effort to exaggerate the atmosphere, pushing the atmosphere to a climax again and again. Lin Tian looked back and saw Kid chasing after him. Lin Tian didn't do anything, but said to himself, this will be fun. The pirate ship that bears the brunt now. It is a very small pirate ship. We don't know his identity and the information of the pirate group at all, but we can imagine that he will be the biggest one of our expo this time. A dark horse. The Straw Hat Pirates finally changed their form and became the form of an emperor penguin. Then Frankie announced, the wind is coming. So the whole pirate ship immediately flew towards the sky ocean current. Oh my god. The one who catches up from the end in one breath. It is the most dazzling supernova in the world of pirates today. Monkey Luffy. The participation of the Straw Hat group makes the battle for hegemony even more exciting. The host announced, Mr. Straw Hat, I support you. Annie also said excitedly. The one who enthusiastically became the first is the Straw Hat Pirates. The host announced. Very capable, Straw Hat. Kid also said admiringly. However, Lin Tian raised the corner of his mouth, and then directly abandoned his boat and jumped into the Wanli Sunshine. Fell into the water. Saved. Although you have opened a lot of distance, you still have to be careful of the rear shelling. What, at this time, the Straw Hat actually saw the dark horse in the first place. On the boat, Sanji, Usopp and Chopper asked very nervously, why did you get on our boat? Oh, who is this person, Kid? Nami still became Luffy's navigator, and she looked at the child in front of her and didn't know what was going on. Why don't you say that you were the one just now, the first place? Frankie was also surprised. Lin Tian had already prepared the reasons he had compiled. I was in a hurry to go out, but after walking a long way, I realized that my boat was wrong. If you don't mind, let me stay on your boat for the time being. Don't worry. I won't cross the river and demolish the bridge. Nami saw such a cute Lin and didn't say anything, but Sauron and Sanji thought that the child in front of them was mature and might not be that simple. In the end, everyone agreed and there was no way, and everyone didn't agree, and it was a dilemma at the time. Okay. Let's go. We are not far from the treasure island. Luffy said vigorously. Okay. The seaboat racing is already in the sprint stage. The host announced it. Look. That's the crest. What will happen? Nami said too. The people in the Straw Hats are all looking forward to it. Luffy shouted most passionately, go straight. Finally, the Wanli Sunshine rushed out of the ocean current and rushed into the sky. There is not much difference, countless sea ships are floating in the sky, and there is an unprecedented spectacular scene. Then the Wanli Sunshine also landed on the bubble outside the treasure island, then sank into it, and then landed on the sea in the treasure island. The first to enter the treasure island. It really was Straw Hat Luffy's group. It seems that the mysterious boat was also regrettably landed off the court, but it seems that it has reached an alliance with the Straw Hat group for the time being. Lin Tian will have a sweeping view of the entire island. There are countless gold on a cliff, and a dilapidated ship, presumably the ultimate treasure is there. Yes. A huge Galen sailing boat is on the island, and there are countless gold and silver treasures piled on the boat. This is really incredible. Wow. Gold and silver treasure ship. Nami's eyes changed to Bailey's. Then other pirates also arrived. Everyone. Be careful. Let's part ways here. As soon as the words fell, Lin Tian flew over to the place of the gold and silver treasures. What a cunning kid, Brooke also murmured. The treasure is ours. Luffy also rushed to the location of the treasure not to be outdone. However, the number of pirates on the entire treasure island is getting more and more numerous, and they begin to rush to the location of the treasure. The battle for treasure. It's coming to an end. Who can get the treasure? Quickly grab the treasure. The pirates shouted one after another. The battle has entered a white-hot stage. Countless pirate ships have begun artillery attacks, and Sauron and Kira are also fighting together. Dai Yin Apu also stopped Luffy. As a result, Kid also rushed directly past the two and said, "See you, stupid, just kill each other." Luffy and Arp then hurriedly chased Kid, who was stopped by Drake Cheeky. "Are you trying to get me in the way?" Kid asked. "This is a battle, of course it will interfere with you," Drake said. "It seems that you are living enough." Kid also directly attracted countless medals and then launched an attack on Drake. Drake also fought Kid with one axe and one sword. "You guys get out of me." Luffy then put on an armed color and said, "Rubber elephant gun." Then they directly smashed the ground where the two were located, and rushed to Lin Tien taking advantage of the chaos. This is really a marvelous battle. The first one is the boy who looks like a child wearing a black cloak. My god. Who is he? Isn't anyone stopping him? Becky and Bonnie also had a duel with each other. Hawkins is still divination. The success rate of capturing treasures is 10%, which is really rare. And Usopp, Nami, and Frank also killed countless pirates, except for Luffy. No one can catch up with Lin Tien, who can fly. But Luffy was still blocked by countless pirates, and he also kept using his rubber fruit ability to kill group after group of pirates. Lin Tien frowned when he was about to arrive. A winged man rushed out directly from his left side and knocked Lin Tien back by 1 meter. Humph. Yerky. Lin Tien was not discouraged at all. It seems that the first one was also attacked by other pirates. Who will be the one who snatched the treasure in the end? The host asked again. Look, a large number of pirates have been eliminated in this big melee, and who will be the one who grabs the treasure in the end? The host blew the atmosphere to a climax. The strange monk Yerji hit Lin Tien with a punch. Weak children also come to participate in the expo. Yerji didn't seem to pay attention to Lin Tien. Lin Tien snorted. Your qualifications are not worthy to fight with me, but I am in a good mood today, so I will play with you. After that, Lin Tien also raised his hand, and then the two fists met. The strange monk Yerji couldn't imagine that he would be knocked into the air by a little demon in front of him. Oh my god, the strange monk Yerji. I was actually beaten by that mysterious dark horse. The contestant gave him a punch. What a horror. It seems that this dark horse. The contestant is really hidden. Is there anyone who can stop him? The host also asked. At this moment, Bucky the Clown happily picked up the old and ugly box and said, I got it. One Piece's treasure, it belongs to the uncle. I don't know why. Some plots are still going in the same direction as the original, and Bucky still becomes one of the 7 Wuhai. That smelly clown. Kid is also the airway. Lin Tien saw that he couldn't wait any longer, and then a teleport appeared next to Bucky the Clown, and then he blew Bucky away in one breath, sucked the treasure chest into the divine space, and then threw another shabby chest to Bucky. Since the shot was so fast, no one could see what Lin Tien did, and thought that the treasure chest was still in his hands. Bucky also thought he was lucky, but he had actually fallen into Lin Tien's calculations. Hurry up and run away. Bucky also flees with his men. Kappenberg ordered his men. Catch him. Get the treasure back. Haha. Who will be waiting for you? The treasure left by Captain Roger. It must be incredible. After Bucky opened it, he was completely dumbfounded. This thing is at this moment. Lin Tien felt a different breath instantly hit the treasure island. The first person to get the treasure chest was Kiwahai. Qianliang clown Bucky. After all, the host was interrupted before he could finish speaking in the chest. One person threw the boat directly to Treasure Island, and he also flew to Treasure Island in the boat. It directly caused a strong wind, and in an instant, The power was so strong that it broke the bubbles on the treasure island in an instant. The entire treasure island began to vibrate violently. My uncle's treasure. Bucky the clown didn't have time to get the treasure chest, and the treasure chest had fallen into the sea. Inexplicably, the entire treasure island directly exploded, and a large number of rocks fell from the sky and fell into the sea at the venue. What happened? The host also said in shock. He didn't expect this situation. All the boats fell towards the sea, and Lin Tian naturally appeared next to Luffy in a teleport, and directly saved Nami, Luffy, Usopp and others, Sunshine. Later, he also controlled the Sunshine to land smoothly. After all, there are still many connections with Luffy in the group. Seeing this scene in front of him, Lin Tian also knew who appeared on the stage. This is a nightmare for those with the devil fruit ability. After all, they will be helpless when they fall into the water. There are also many pirates who fall into the sea, and their life and death are uncertain. Captain Hawkins said, "Let it go, I didn't see the dead." What's going on? All pirates don't understand what happened. Thank you. Luffy also feels for the rest of his life after death. Thank you. I didn't expect you to save us in the end. Nami thanked him too. This guy, hidden strength. Sauron also thought cautiously, but at least it's not the enemy now. The Straw Hat Gang was rescued, and the Straw Hat Gang also regarded Lin Tian as people in the same camp, and there was no mutual suspicion for the time being. With a happy smile, Usopp took out the treasure chest and said, "Great, I got it." Then Usopp was about to open, and Lin Tian kicked the treasure away. "Hey, what are you doing?" Usopp immediately wanting to chase it. The treasure chest instantly fell in front of someone, and the person in front of him was instantly covered by a burst of smoke. The Galen sailing that flew suddenly destroyed the island. In the end, who will be the treasure of One Piece? The host still said excitedly. "Ah." The host seemed to have seen something terrifying. "Who the hell is it? A ghost in secret?" Kid also said furiously. Kid Kalati said. Kid was also surprised when he saw that person. Kira, Kid, Monster Monk Yerky, Cheeky Drake, Ding Apu, Magician Hawkins, and Big Stomach King Bonnie were all shocked and watched from the sidelines. It turned out that an extremely tall figure pinched the head of that person, and the other hand took the treasure chest. The man was wearing uniform-like clothes, wearing earphones, and his extremely terrifying explosive muscles, which made everyone terrified. What? Only then did Usopp know why Lin Tian kicked that treasure box away. "Thank you. Saved me." Usopp was also a little frightened. This ocean is the battlefield, go to hell. Then he was going to kill that person directly. Although he was also a member of his own pirates, the captain of the pirate ship he was in desperately launched an attack on the huge figure. But with just one punch, the captain of the pirate was instantly knocked off. It can be seen that this majestic man is powerful. Ah. The supernovae also looked at that person incredible. "That guy is." Bucky also said in surprise. Alrita asked. "Do you know him?" "Of course. This guy is the same as me. I used to be a member of the Roger Pirates, Douglas Barrett. At that time, he and Deputy Captain Raleigh were evenly matched, they were extremely powerful monsters. Riley is the most proud subordinate of One Piece. Bucky is noncommittal. Okay, let's get started." As soon as Barrett's voice fell, there was a strange noise around him. What happened? Everyone is unknown. At this time, the host also said in a little panic. "Wait for something big. The celebration is not confidential." I said, "Mr. Festa. Why is there something wrong with the intelligence management?" "No way." The pirates saw the shadows of naval ships not far away. "Navy. It's the Navy's fleet." As soon as the host's voice fell, the pirates present fled in panic. Even the audience is naturally all pirates. The venue at this time can be said to be chaotic. No, the entire island can be said to be chaotic. Everyone was panicked. How so? Who told the secret? At this time even the host understood what was going on and said, "Damn it, I was cheated by that bastard Festa, he betrayed us." What? Annie was also preparing to escape with the host. "The entire venue is like purgatory on Earth," Becky said, "no flaws." Big Stomach King Bonnie said, "His goal is not just treasure." Kid just gritted his teeth but didn't know what to do. Luffy didn't fear Barrett at all. The two parties confronted each other in this way, but Lin Tian did not make any moves, and was not in a hurry to make a move. Barrett spoke, and he said arrogantly, "Huh. I heard that the most vicious era is very powerful. If you want treasures, all of you, let's go together." Then Barrett released his domineering without any warning. Barrett's overlord color is like Shura, black with blue, and the pirates and miscellaneous fish are knocked out in an instant. Supernovae are also extremely nervous. It's amazing. Apu said. Just to my liking, Kid said. Barrett's domineering color was released wantonly, and Luffy also directly released his own domineering color. The two domineering colors were entangled together, and instantly one blue and one red collided to form a domineering color. Conflict. In the end, Barrett's domineering color slightly prevailed, and then the two men's domineering color disappeared at the same time. Everything returned to peace, and the remaining people in the dilapidated venue were the pirates who still had the power to fight. What's the matter? The most ferocious generation is too scared to move. Barrett provoked. The supernovas present felt extremely tricky. And Nami on the Wanli Sunshine hurried out of the cabin and said to Sauron, "Sauron, we are starting to retreat. Looking at the number of warships, I am afraid that there is no way to get out easily. We must think of a countermeasure." Luffy looked at Barrett. After all, Barrett didn't beat Usopp like that, so Luffy, as the captain, ran to the Wanli Sunshine with Sauron. At this time, Lin Tien smiled slightly and said, "Leet, hand it over to me, you first withdraw." Then he walked to Barrett. "Oh my god, run, don't go to death." Usopp also kindly reminded. Unexpectedly, Lin Tien naturally walked to Barrett regardless. Luffy stretched out his rubber hand directly, intending to forcibly capture Lin Tien back to Wanli Sunshine. Unexpectedly, Lin Tien easily avoided Luffy's rescue in an instant. This guy. He really hides his strength. Sauron was also certain. Lin Tien hid a lot of strength and then said, "Luffy, let's go, he should be fine." Luffy was indifferent under the persuasion of the entire crew, and Lin Tien had to release his domineering look. But only for Luffy. In an instant, Luffy was stunned by Lin Tien's domineering look. Luffy resisted Barrett's domineering, but Lin Tien's domineering was even a second. If you can't resist it, you can know who is strong and who is weak, but the situation is urgent and no one cares about so many details. Although the Straw Hat group was puzzled, they took advantage of Luffy's collapse and took the opportunity to escape. Who is this guy who can resist that guy's domineering? Kid became more and more unclear about Lin Tien's identity. Not only that, none of the supernovae knew Lin Tien's true identity. Barrett seemed to have seen Lin Tien, and his interest seemed to have improved a bit. He said, "It seems that there is still a hidden master, this time I am really lucky." "You old rookie. You just forgot about it when you got out of prison." Kid also said to Barrett, "Come on, practice with you first." Barrett said calmly. But no one was willing to take the lead in fighting Barrett, so they all confronted each other, and Lin Tien seemed to want to be left by Barrett until the end. "If you don't come, I'm going to go." As soon as Barrett's voice fell, he rushed forward in a flash, and then suddenly appeared at Kid and grabbed Kid with one hand and Kira with the other, knocking the two together. It hit Drake with one punch and Ulki, the monk, with one punch. Then Hawkins shouted, "The appearance of demons." Then he transformed into a scarecrow with a terrifying face and was ready to attack Barrett. However, Barrett was faster and punched the scarecrow with one punch, and then one of Hawkins's men was instantly punched through the stomach. And Dian Yin Apu took the opportunity to shout, "Boom." Then Barrett's whole body began several big explosions, but the power of these explosions was not enough to harm Barrett. Barrett split the black smoke from the surrounding explosions, and then it was also an instant. It crashed into Apu, and Apu was directly hit and flew. Taking this opportunity, Drake also turned into a huge dinosaur, and bite towards Barrett aggressively. Unfortunately, Barrett directly knocked the dinosaur Drake into the air in an instant, and Drake fell on the strange monk in an instant, beside Erky. Suddenly countless pigeons came, blocking Barrett's vision. What happened? Big Stomach King Bonnie directly used the back kick and hit Barrett. "It's embarrassing for you to be like this." Then I also motivated my fruit ability and said, "Become a kid." However, Barrett caught Bonnie and fell to the ground severely. Kid recovered and directly wrapped his arm with countless magnets, and then hit Barrett with a punch. Barrett directly flashed the attack and threw Kid to the ground from behind. It's really getting in the way. Kappenbergy also activated the fruit ability, turned into a big castle and then shouted, "Big boss." The castle began to fire cannonballs at Barrett. Unfortunately, Barrett fisted the cannonballs with ease. Then Barrett also slammed into the body of the castle man Becky, and Becky screamed in pain. Hawkins rushed over again, and was thrown away by Barrett again. Apu beat his chest again. Barrett was unscathed again, split the smoke, and saw Kira attacking him with a weapon. Barrett's armed color directly covered his cheeks and fortunately avoided Kira's attack, and then knocked Kira away again. Drake took the opportunity to entangle Barrett with his big tail, and the monk Urji waved his arm and shouted, "Karma." Instead, he knocked Barrett upside down a few times, and then Kid's sword fell from the sky and punched the ground where Barrett was. Suddenly a cloud of smoke filled the surrounding area, but it was a pity that a person slowly walked out of the smoke not far away. This person is Barrett. Barrett seemed to become more excited and said, "Not bad. Unfortunately, it is not enough. No matter if it is exercise, strategy or awareness, it is not enough. The true strength of exercise to the extreme. Let you see it." As soon as Barrett's voice fell, his temperament completely changed. Barrett hit Kira casually. "You do this. What are you going after?" Kid asked. "The world's strongest," Barrett answered with a smile. Seeing all the supernovas around you being so cautious, Barrett said, "This tense atmosphere is good, don't die easily." At this moment, Lin Tian also spoke. "The strongest in the world. Why don't you deal with the 4 emperors? We are not the strongest in the world." Lin Tian was also the only person who dared to laugh at Barrett. "Huh, kid. It seems that you are not the same as these people. The people who can stick to this point are already amazing, but the strongest in the world really has nothing to do with you. Give you a chance and leave now, otherwise don't blame me for shooting you." Barrett also said sharply. Lin Tian said disdainfully, "Barrett, you too value your own, just take out a 4 emperor, you may not have been able to fight, what to pretend here?" Lin Tian's words naturally received praise from the supernovas present, and Barrett couldn't help it anymore, and yelled, "Smelly kid." Then a fierce boy rushed over. Lin Tian raised his arm, and then covered the entire arm with armed color. Barrett's fist was almost hundreds of times larger than Lin Tian's small fist. Just when everyone thought that Lin Tian was about to be beaten to death by Barrett, an unexpected scene happened. Barrett unexpectedly found that he could no longer move forward, and the corner of Lin Tian's mouth rose up, seeming to be very relaxed. Barrett's face changed drastically, and the expressions of the people in front of him did not seem to be delusional. In addition, Barrett's own fists and body could not go further, so he guessed that Lin Tian's power in front of him was much higher than himself. There was also a shock around me. Who is this kid? Can actually catch Barrett's attack. It's so strong. Unexpected. Kid and the strange monk said one after another. Instead of putting down their vigilance, they focused on the battle between Lin Tian and Barrett. Very spineless. But I don't know if you can do this up close. After that, Barrett also completely released his domineering dominance. Similar to just now, Barrett's dominance was on Lin Tian. And Lin Tian naturally saw Barrett's purpose, so he was not to be outdone, and a more terrifying overlord domineering burst from Lin Tian's weak body. This domineering color is naturally gray, and this gray dominance is more domineering, more devastating, and it has substantial damage, and it completely suppresses Barrett's domineering color in an instant. Barrett was shocked and shouted, "Impossible." Overlord color conflict broke out around, but Lin Tian's overlord color had already completely suppressed Barrett. How could there be such a powerful overlord look and domineering? You absolutely cannot be a kid. Barrett also discovered what was wrong, but it seemed to be a little late, and Barrett's domineering has been suppressed. Lin Tian also retracted his posture indifferently and stopped his domineering output. Just relying on domineering to kill Barrett, he might be dissatisfied. Lin Tian didn't want to kill Barrett directly, the best way is to subdue Barrett. It is not difficult to regain Barrett. This person advocates personal strength and directly crushes him in his heyday through personal strength. He will naturally be convinced. This is why Lin Tian put away his domineering. "Who are you?" Barrett asked again. "It doesn't matter who I am. What is important is that you can only be the strongest in the world if you beat me. Even if it is me, I am not naive enough to think that I am already the strongest in the world." Lin Tian no longer needs to hide his identity at this time. The body gradually grew and became who he is now. The people around him were stunned. Looking at Lin Tian in front of him, he didn't know what to say. "You are kid and stunned. You are the 4 Emperor Barrett and also shocked." He didn't think why he would encounter this plague god. He knew that the reason he was able to escape was because the person in front of him destroyed an advanced city. But he also knew that the man in front of him had killed all the powerhouses in the city, including the strongest man who pushed the city into the infinite hell, Earl Hong. If he hadn't taken advantage of Lin Tian to fight against Earl Hong, he might have been attacked by Lin Tian at that time, killed. Although Barrett is full of fighting spirit, he has no confidence in his heart. He is facing the recognized strongest among the four emperors, the god of death Lin Tian. What's wrong with Barrett? Don't you want to be the strongest in the world? You are the strongest in the world. Lin Tian kept stimulating Barrett, and Barrett's inner fear gradually disappeared. Follow him. I am not without the chance of success. Barrett then said, it's naive. This sea is the battlefield. Strength is everything. I wouldn't be grateful that you just didn't kill me. As soon as the voice fell, a violent vibration began, and a huge boat rose under Barrett's feet. My ship. It's the catapult. It is equipped with all kinds of weapons, steel, and armor. Then Barrett urged his ability to fit the fruit, and the control levers of both hands quickly turned purple and spread downward. The purple substance instantly covered the entire ship, and Barrett also explained, I am a merging person who eats emerging fruit. I can merge with any object and then deform. My own strength plus the strongest ability. Drake sighed. He is so powerful, he is still a capable person. What will it become? Kira and Kid both spoke cautiously. The weak can't survive on this sea. For example, those people just now. Barrett said arrogantly. The dead person is the loser, and so is Roger. The strength of a person is the most practical. The strength I honed is to win alone. Barrett said. Since this thing is in my hands, and you are about to die anyway, I will tell you that this is Roger's real treasure. In this box, there is a big secret treasure. Barrett also said confidently. Everyone except Lin Tian was shocked. Big secret treasure, however, at this time, Barrett has completely merged successfully. It's almost over. Just struggle. Grim Reaper regrets killing me before I fit in. Barrett said arrogantly. Looking at the human-shaped tank Barrett in front of him, Lin Tian was still disdainful. Barrett raised his robotic arm and shouted, you guys. After that, it smashed heavily to the ground, and many people jumped in resistance, but were smashed into the air by Barrett's right arm again. Barrett's attacks followed one after another, and then he lifted his foot to step on the people around him. Asshole. You can reach this state by yourself. The weak will lose everything. Barrett controlled the mechanical armor and used the armed color domineering. The original mechanical arm was already very hard, and coupled with the hardened arm of the armed color, it can be said that no one can resist. Barrett's heavy punch hits again, and Kid of Supernova is also immediate. He tried his best to make his magnetic arm try to block this attack, and Hawkins also chose to withstand this attack. However, the difference in strength was too obvious. In an instant, the two were knocked into the air, and even the island where the two were knocked into the sky was shaken. The human tank Barrett seemed extremely arrogant, and said to himself, on this sea, there is only one person who can get everything, the strongest person. Then the box was opened. The moment he opened it, Barrett was completely stunned, and he was stunned on the spot. He clearly saw that the record pointer in this box read the world of Death Island. Who adjusted the record pointer in this box? Barrett almost collapsed. And Festa, who was observing in another place, said in disbelief. Why? What's going on? It's not Lovedrew's record pointer. How could it become the Island of Death? Obviously, all the spearheads were directed at Lin Tian, the god of death among the four emperors. At the same time, the navy began to fight with the pirates. The Straw Hat Pirates battled Fujitora and a group of powerful navies, including Smoky Smog, Rear Admiral Teotu and others. Hawkeye also came to help the sea. It's a thief. Of course, the female emperor who should have come, Lin Tian, didn't let her come. Against Barrett, Lin Tian alone was enough. With the transformation of Barrett and the intervention of Kiwahai of the navy, the situation has completely changed, and many navies have begun to shoot at Barrett. At this time, Barrett no longer had the calmness of the time, and Lu's pointers were gone, so how could he feel at ease? Lin Tian, where are you? Bar began to roar. The navy is here too, it seems that the time has come. All right. Let the wolf smoke rise. Barrett raised his huge arm and began to damage his surroundings. Smog hurried to report to his superiors, however, Barrett said, it's late. My ability has been awakened. Try my great. Barrett was once again covered with a purple substance as soon as he finished his words, and this purple substance instantly covered countless buildings. The power of the devil fruit occasionally awakens and affects things other than those with the ability. Barrett gave a deadly explanation. Then the purple substance is faster. Covered countless places, destroyed warships, and countless pirate ships. In the end, he became Barrett's largest and strongest state. The monster Barrett roared, and the huge size was no longer what ordinary people could resist. Naval supernova, countless pirates have no idea what to do at this time. The entire island suddenly began to shake, and the edge of the island turned up, trapping everyone on the island. Festa also smiled excitedly. Navy, what should you do? Go to hell, Barrett said, and then he stretched out his hand and instantly knocked down countless lieutenants of the Navy headquarters. The monster Barrett clenched his fist, and the entire fist launched a purple-blue light. Presumably this is the armed color of the monster Barrett, ultimate cannon. The monster Barrett hit the ground with a heavy punch, and the entire island instantly became two halves, and countless pirates were directly beaten with one punch. With smoke and dust all around and blurred vision, Barrett said excitedly, 24 years ago, I was defeated by the Navy and imprisoned in Propulsion City. I kept thinking about how to win an undefeated, and how to get overwhelming strength. How can we surpass Roger? Become the strongest man in the world, the Admiral of the Navy. He has the ability as it did in the past. Down with me again. And the god of death Lin Tian. Isn't it very prestigious just now? Where are they hiding now? Ha ha ha. The monster Barrett kept smiling arrogantly. Hundreds of naval warships and pirate ships have been absorbed by the power of awakening? Lin Tian is standing in one place, waiting low-key for Barrett to become the strongest. This guy's domineering is covered all over, no wonder so many people in the original work together defeated him. Lin Tian also thought. It seems that he has become the most advanced state, so next, let me defeat him. The monster Barrett unscrupulously began to slaughter countless navies, and the Navy also launched the so-called Special Order to kill the devil. Festa officially explained the purpose with the scums of the underground world. Kill you and the pirates. Festa was frantically prepared to provoke a frenetic action that would sweep the world. And Lin Tian naturally rushed out and flew directly into the air, and the monster Barrett naturally saw Lin Tian's figure. Lin Tian. You really showed up. Regret it. The monster Barrett also raised his left hand once again, turning into a blue-purple and attacking Lin Tian heavily. Lin Tian raised the corner of his mouth slightly and said, good job. After that, he also directly drew out Qinbenyu next to him. The moment Qinbenyu came out of her sheath, Lin Tian immediately settled in, and the whole person instantly appeared behind the monster Barrett. What? It's possible. Barrett was shocked, he clearly couldn't feel his left hand. The moment Lin Tian took Qinbenyu's knife into its sheath, the monster Barrett's left hand also broke straight and neatly, and fell to the ground. You fellow. You dare to cut off my hand. Barrett was also a little angry. The surviving people around were also stunned. Did you cut off Barrett's hand in one move? Teotu also said solemnly. Fortunately, such a person is resisting that monster. If we become an enemy again, I think it will be troublesome. How come? Festa never expected that even Barrett, who had become the final form, would still be cut off by Lin Tian's sword. Humph. I can kill you with one hand. Barrett then again covered his body with armed colors. Ultimate cannon. The monster Barrett obviously tried his best and attacked Lin Tian with the power of his other hand. In that case, let you try mine too. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he directly opened Suzuonengu. Lin Tian's body was instantly covered with a gray phantom of death, his bones, muscles, and armor were completely covered. The huge figure is almost the same size as Barrett's. And Suzuonengu's absolute defense is not. Barrett's domineering level can be broken. Lin Tian directly waved his left hand and shouted, Suzuo Meteor Fist. The name was naturally made by Lin Tian. But this trick is indeed, Suzuo's full power plus Lin Tian's full blow. The fists of the two people were finally right together, causing a huge storm in an instant, and countless dust also covered the two of them in an instant, and the sight of the entire island became blurred. Oh my god. It's so strong. Everyone doesn't know what to do. The two people in front of them are like gods fighting, and they are casually affected, and they are likely to kill them. But after a while, the smoke and dust finally dissipated. Lin Tian's Suzuonengu still maintained, but Barrett's final form has disappeared, and he has become a mecha state at the beginning. Impossible. How can I have the power to defeat me? Barrett naturally seems to be unable to believe everything in front of him. But still pretending to be indifferent and said, it doesn't matter. I still have the power to fight again. Lin Tian. Accept me and have to attack. However, Lin Tian was no longer interested in fighting Barrett in this form, and directly shouted, Amaterasu. Then the black flame instantly burned Barrett's mecha. Seeing that Barrett was about to be burned to death in a blink of an eye, Lin Tian also intentionally or unintentionally reminded, if you don't take off this layer of tortoise shell, you will be burned directly. Barrett had no choice but to remove the mecha. However, although the mecha was removed, Barrett still refused to admit defeat. He looked at Lin Tian in front of him and raised his hand. Lin Tian. Lin Tian was also full of battles, and directly removed the plug-in Suzuonengu, and rushed to Barrett. I want to fight. I'll accompany you. After that, Lin Tian raised his hand high, his armed color was not covered. Barrett was naturally more cautious, his arms covered with armed colors, and he attacked Lin Tian. The figures of the two finally met again. Although Lin Tian did not cover the armed color, he still made a full blow and received the influence of the fusion system. Strange power instantly uploaded from Lin Tian's fist to Barrett. What? Barrett also played supernormally, blocking Lin Tian's power, and then he was directly covered with blue-armed domineering, and he clamored, I defeated you. I can become the real One Piece. The strength in Lin Tian's hand remains undiminished, and he said with force, with your little strength, how can I become the One Piece king? Didn't I say? Even call it the strongest, not to mention yours, Barrett. Go to hell. Lin Tian, the strongest blow. Barrett doesn't care so much, the desperate power continued to bless, and Lin Tian also attacked Barrett with all his strength. In Barrett's unbelievable eyes, Lin Tian shot Barrett flying instantly. How is it possible? How could I have lost? Who the hell is this man? It seems to be stronger than Roger. It is possible for me to surpass him. If I don't die, then I will spend my life surpassing Barretta's last consciousness. It was like this, and then he passed out. Festa was also completely disappointed. He knelt on the deck of a ship and said, how is it possible? Ha 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 ha. Once the demon killing order is issued, it cannot be stopped. This is a firework for my funeral. Burn everything, turn into ashes. Ha ha. Festa is also crazy. However, a voice came from behind. We have been looking for your movements all the time. The celebration is not the most brutal war planner, Buena Festa. Festa looked back and saw the man in the hat. You. The second in command of the Revolutionary Army, Humph. Festa was about to sneak attack on Sabo, and Sabo took Festa away with a single claw. The Navy has already begun to attack the island, and Lin Tian has also completed the mission, but many people have snatched the treasure chest, but after opening it, everyone was dumbfounded. Damn it. Death God Lin Tian has long changed his permanent pointer. Everyone reacted at this time, but Lin Tian moved to the boat of the Straw Hat group with a teleport. Many pirate ships were preparing to escape, but they encountered fierce resistance from the Navy. We are surrounded. Sanji also said. The surrounding supernovae are also a little helpless. Lin Tian also said, next, leave it to me. Then one slammed a punch at the sea, and then the entire sea shook greatly, and the sea gushed out directly, forming a sea barrier between the Navy and the pirates. Lin Tian naturally used the power of the sea earthquake. You are. Looking at Lin Tian, Lu Fei also recognized the identity of the person who came. Run away. Lin Tian also urged, and even directly used the gravitational fruit to push the Wanli sunshine to the distant sea. I don't know how long it took. The Wanli sunshine finally stopped. Luffy looked at Lin Tian and said, you are the god of death Lin Tian. You are the one who saved Ace. Lin Tian. Lin Tian. Sanji hurriedly shouted, hello brother-in-law. Sauron was also stunned. Lin Tian. You are Lin Tian. Then he showed the iconic smirk. Unexpectedly, I finally met you on the sea. When Nami saw Lin Tian, she naturally remembered what she had done in Coco West. Lin Tian. How is Nuo Chi Gao? Nami asked. Fight. It's you. How is that guy Esbagu, although I don't want to care about him. Frankie naturally knew Lin Tian. Yohuhuhuhu Lin Tiansheng. Thank you for regaining my shadow. I have joined the Straw Hat Pirates now. Haha. Luke naturally knew Lin Tian. Only Chopper looked lovely at Lin Tian and didn't know who this person was. Chopper, Usopp, this person is Lin Tian. The god of death, the kid on our boat just now. Sauron also reminded. What? That kid just now is Lin Tian among his 4 emperors. Usopp was also taken aback, looking at Lin Tian. He didn't know what to say. Oh, you saved Ace in the first place, but if I have a chance, I still want to fly you. Luffy said directly with full fighting spirit. Unexpectedly, Nami directly punched Luffy on the head and said, shut up, they just saved us. Oh my god. The little deer in Chopper's heart also kept bumping, and he did not expect that Lin Tian among the 4 emperors was right in front of him. Lin Tian looked at the Straw Hat group and said, everyone, I'm sorry. Just now I really didn't want everyone to recognize me directly, so I reduced my age. I'm sorry. Watching the four emperors express their apologies to themselves, and Lin Tian can be said to be the benefactor of Nami's family, naturally he would not blame Lin Tian. Where are you going next? Luffy asked. Me, Lin Tian smiled and said, next, I will launch an attack on Kaido, the beast, he should regain the country. Luffy, where are you going next? Lin Tian asked too. Well, we happen to be going to Wano country, Momoko, it should be here already. Luffy also said ignorantly. Peach, Lin Tian looked at Nami, and Nami naturally said, a samurai little devil known as Momonosuke, who came to our boat in a crooked manner a few days ago, went to Wano country with a strange samurai one step ahead of time. Lin Tian naturally understood how far things had developed. In that case, Kaido must be your enemy, right? Lin Tian asked. Of course. Kaido next, I want to challenge Shanks. Finally challenge you. After all, you saved Ace, I want to fly you later. Luffy also said without showing any weakness. Haha. Let's talk about it then, how about we work together against Kaido? Lin Tian also sent out an invitation. I believe that my partner and I should be enough. Luffy also said bullishly. Naturally, it was opposed by Usopp, Chopper and Brook, but the opposition was invalid, and Luffy still chose a path to resist Kaido. Lin Tian shook his head and said, it doesn't matter, this is Luffy. Hey, long time no see, next I want to see the gap between you and me. Sauron looked at Lin Tian and finally said, Green Algae Head, what are you doing? Sanji also kicked Sauron away. This is my brother-in-law. Sanji also said flatteringly, you stinky curly eyebrows. Sauron was also immediately burning in anger, I want to kill Sanji. Nami touched her head, a little speechless. The two people stopped arguing most, of course, they opened a big bag for both of them. After the two of them were quiet, Lin said, Sauron, there is nothing to do if you want to cut with me, but you must be mentally prepared. Next, when you face Kaido, your whole body is hurt, but it's not a very good. It doesn't matter, just sleep with the above. Sauron said. Then Sauron also picked up his 3 knives, Hedao Yiwen, 3 generations of Ghost Toru and Hideout Shu. Shui drew his sword out of its sheath, and then looked at Lin Tian, staring at him. Lin Tian also smiled and said, fighting here will definitely destroy the Wanli Sunshine. Then Lin Tian also casually created a defensive cage on the sea, with a door on the cage. Okay, the stage is ready. Lin Tian also said casually. Wow. That's amazing. Usopp, Brook, Chopper, and Frankie all stared at Venus, and felt that Lin Tian's abilities were amazing. Well, I won't use fruit power in the future. To be fair, I will only use swordsmanship. I hope you can also show me the ability to admire me. Lin Tian said. Of course, after all, the final opponent is you. Sauron is also very cautious. The people in front of him, but the 4 emperors who are called the most powerful by the world, even Sauron had to stand up. Sauron finally entered this venue, and then stared at Lin Tian. Are you ready? Let's start. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he also pulled out his Chinbenyu. The two began to hack each other, and almost at the same time, the sword was covered with armed domineering. Soren's 3 sword style is already superb. In Lin Tian's view, even if it is not as good as Hawkeye, it is already very close. But Lin Tian is no longer the Lin Tian of the past, his sword skills have reached the stage, and he can almost be said to be invincible. Facing Soren's attack, Lin Tian blocked all the attacks almost effortlessly. Sauron also used his own big move. 3 swords flow 3,000 worlds. Then it also attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian also gave a wicked smile, and then said, Sura Slash. Shura Slash was more powerful than 3,000 worlds, so it also injured Soren's body in an instant. Sauron. Luffy also cried out worriedly. Huh. I'm fine. Try this trick. Tiger hunting. Sauron once again resorted to his 3-sword tactic. This was a vertical slashing technique. The speed was extremely fast, and the attack was extremely fierce. Even Lin Tian saw the phantom of the tiger. Although the tiger is fierce, it depends on whom to deal with. It's not easy to deal with monsters. It's not easy to deal with monsters. Lin Tian directly used his own demonized attack, and also directly collided with Soren's attack. Suddenly, an extremely large air current rushed out. Even though the battle between the two had a defensive barrier, it still caused a lot of vibration around. Boom. Soren's 2 knives were directly hit to the ground by Lin Tian's attack. Then Lin Tian looked at Sauron and said, "You are a 3-sword style." Both knives were hit on the ground. The result should be obvious. No. Whoever talks about 3 knives will only use 3 knives. I still have one. Sauron took the words of Hedao from his mouth. If I still lose to you when attacking this time, then I will be convinced of the defeat. As soon as Soren's voice fell, he made an accommodating move. Lin Tian already knew what moves Sauron wanted to use. Therefore, just like Sauron, he placed his hand on the hilt. Eventually Sauron moved, singing with one sword, Lion Song. One sword flow is good. Shura draws a sword and cuts. The two shocked together again. Sauron lay quietly in the defensive barrier made by Lin Tian, gasping for breath. But Lin Tian put the knife into its sheath, and put away his chinbenyu. In the end, the result of the battle between the two is naturally self-evident. He's okay, just a little collapsed. Although he was bleeding, he didn't suffer any serious injury. Chopper, go to medical treatment. Lin Tian said. Oh, good. Chopper also went with Usopp Brook and others to carry Sauron back, and began a series of rescues. Luffy, let's proceed according to your wishes, and I will leave too. Lin Tian said. Sit down for a while, brother-in-law? Sanji also exaggerated. I have more important things, so I will leave first. Nami, I will go to IWC when I have time. Nuokagao is there. Lin Tian then looked at Frankie and said, Espagu is also very good, and he is there too. I wish you all the best in your voyage. I will leave first. Afterwards, Lin Tian naturally left the Wanli Sunshine in a relaxed and happy manner. After leaving, Lin Tian entered his own divine power space, and a strong man inside was panting. That person turned out to be Barrett, who was called the heir of ghosts. Why didn't you just kill me when you came? Barrett asked. Lin Tian replied. I am stronger than you, do you admit it? I admit. Although Barrett was not reconciled, he still directly said the correct answer. So, do you have a goal now? Lin Tian asked again. Yes, my goal is to beat you, Barrett also said with a smile. So do you want to join me? Lin Tian asked. Join me like Roger. Barrett laughed loudly. I admit that even Roger is weaker than you. Since I can join Roger, I can join you, but I hope you will not be like Roger. It's good to die. As long as this requirement is met, I will reappoint someone else again. Barrett then said, I'll join you, Death Lin Tian. In this way, Lin Tian conquered Barrett in the divine power space. As far as Lin Tian knows, Barrett's strength is probably at the general level, and Barrett, which integrates his own ship, should still be at the general level. After integrating countless battleships and pirate ships, Barrett's strength should reach 4. Emperor level. In other words, Barrett's strength is not as strong as imagined. And if you insist on taking Kaido and Berebi, there is nothing to compare. Barrett may be able to hold Kaido, but he can't beat Kaido. Let's go. Come back to base camp with me first, Shenwei. Lin Tian Barrett teleported out of the divine power space, and he saw Lin Tian's magical ability. Barrett also became more and more curious about Lin Tian's ability. Lin Tian calls you like this, it shouldn't be a good idea, how can I call you the captain? Barrett asked too. Whatever. Lin Tian doesn't care. Okay, Captain Lin Tian. I can't figure out what is your fruit ability convenient to talk about. Barrett asked. Forest Heaven thought for a while and finally planned to invent a fruit ability. My fruit ability is a super devil fruit that has never been before, and it has the ability to replicate the ability of other people's fruits. For example, I defeated you not long ago, now I can merge with any object. Speaking of Lin Tian directly opened the fruit ability he obtained by defeating Barrett, and then directly merged with Barrett's submarine, and then turned into a huge mecha, which can be regarded as convinced by Barrett. Orally. Oh. I didn't expect to have such a heaven-defying fruit ability now. No wonder even me, there is no way to defeat you. Barrett complimented Lin Tian, but Lin Tian didn't buy it. After Lin Tian recovered his body, he replied to Barrett. No, the reason why you lost to me has nothing to do with the fruit ability. Even if it is Luffy, you will lose to him. Why? Barrett was also at a loss. Experience it for yourself, when you understand this truth, you may surpass me. Lin Tian then teleported Barrett and himself back to the Death Island of the world. In the following days, Lin Tian also discovered that there was no problem with Barrett's loyalty, and then he also sealed Barrett as the King of Ghosts. Therefore, the 4 heavenly kings under Lin Tian were born. The 4 heavenly kings, 4 masters at the general level, plus the 6-star monarchs at the emperor deputy level, as well as the captains of the numerous death legions, plus the support of the underground world. Lin Tian finally started an unprecedented battle against Kaido. This operation is named the 4 Emperors Elimination War. Our goal is to completely eliminate Kaido's forces, but at the same time we must cooperate with me. You want Lin Tian to finally order everything, and then take the lead alone. When he went to the country of Heji, of course, Lin Tian had stored a lot of food and resources, changed into the clothes of the country of He, and finally arrived in the country of He. After arriving in the Kingdom of Peace, Lin Tian's plan officially began. And on the Ghost Island, Kaido can't wait. It's not interesting at all. I have gone to the country of Heji. Then Kaido also turned into a dragon body and flew directly to the country of He, and the Straw Hat Luffy and his team also arrived in the country of He, but in the end Luffy was directly killed by Kaido. Just at this critical moment, Lin Tian appeared. Looking at Kaido, who turned into a dragon, shouted, "Beast Kaido. I am Lin Tian, the god of death. This day has finally arrived. Ready. I'll take your life. How dare you join the ant to deal with me?" With tasks and personal grievances, Lin Tian naturally attacked Kaido directly. When Kaido saw Lin Tian, he also roared, "Lin Tian, god of death. You finally came to kill me. I have been waiting for this day for a long time." Then he started to breathe fire directly at Lin Tian. However, Lin Tian is naturally not invaded by water and fire, and a few laser rays are directed at the dragon head. Kaido's head was very hard, and the laser beam directly produced a big explosion on Kaido's dragon head. Kaido was unscathed, which made Lin Tian feel that he underestimated Kaido. "This is a great time to annihilate all your forces, Kaido." Lin Tian also directly stopped the surrounding gravity, then took out the phone worm and issued the order to attack the Ghost Island. Kaido couldn't return to the Ghost Island even if he rescued his men. "In that case, I will have a good fight with you. See who is strong and who is weak." Kaido and Lin Tian rushed to each other, and Lin Tian blasted Kaido into the air with a punch. The Straw Hat group was stunned. Although they were mentally prepared, they were still a little dreamy when they saw the 4 emperors fighting in front of them. Now that Lin Tian fisted Kaido, who was known as the strongest creature in the sea, land and air, to fly, he was still a little at a loss. "The god of death Lin Tian is so strong," Luffy also exclaimed. "My brother-in-law, but the strongest existence among the 4 emperors." Sanji also said, "This guy. Soren's body is still a little bit painful, and the previous discussions have not completely recovered him." Lin Tian just made a random punch, and the strange power spurted out of his body, and Kaido's dragon form was not worth mentioning. Roar. Although Kaido's huge body was blown away, he still flew back unwillingly. Dragon breath. Kaido's mouth began to burst with countless terrifying flames, and the destruction contained in this flame was extremely terrifying. Even if the white beard came, he must avoid its edge. However, Lin Tian didn't fear, he directly chose to head-to-head. Susanna. Lin Tian also directly activated the kaleidoscope without saying a word. The gray phantom instantly covered the entire body, and the flame dragon's breath blasted on Lin Tian's body unscrupulously, but Lin Tian was unscathed. "It's me." Lin Tian's voice just dropped a teleport and came behind Kaido. Like a battle in a Dragon Ball, Kaido kicked again with one kick, and then another teleport kicked Kaido away again. Kaido claims to have thick skin and thick flesh, but his heart is burning with anger. "This guy. He actually treats me like a sandbag, kicking around." Kaido was angry, but he couldn't help it. Lin Tian's speed surpasses the speed of light, and Kaido's speed is like a snail in Lin Tian's eyes. Kaido, who can't keep up with Lin Tian's attack speed, also doesn't know what to do. Lin Tian abused Kaido unscrupulously in this way, and the real hit of the country of Heji was in his eyes, and his heart collapsed. "Oh my god. Lord Kaido, there is no way to fight back. The person in front of you. Who is it? It seems that only Lin Tian, the head of the 4 emperors, possesses such power. It seems that we are in danger this time." At this time, the General Black Charcoal Orochi was also panicked immediately. "Convene your subordinates, prepare to sink the boat, and kill the Straw Hat group first." Naturally, he received a strong counterattack from the group of Straw Hats. On Lin Tian's side, Kaido was suppressed by 2 points. There was no way to fight back. Damn it. The speed of this guy. How could it be so fast? Could it be the ability of the natural flash fruit? Kaido is also a little confused. This guy said he ate more than one fruit, but it's not impossible. Kaido couldn't believe it, but the situation was right in front of him. Furious Kaido feels a bit bullying you. Lin Tiandao. I didn't even show 10% of my strength. Huh. Little devil. Don't talk big. See the real chapter under your hand. Kaido continued with a roar and charged towards Lin Tian. Hey, you don't have a long memory yet, then your teeth. Lin Tian waved his hand, and then a layer of white mist gathered on his hand. Kaido was shocked. This is the white beard. Half right. I have completely awakened him. Feel it, the shaking of the world. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he swiped it out, moving in the direction of Kaido, with a strong force. Kaido instantly felt a terrifying pressure hitting him, and the air began to tremble violently. The earth also began to shake, and a cloud of smoke filled the surrounding area, and several naked eyes appeared in the place where Lin Tian waved his fist. Visible cracks. Kaido found that his body was out of control, and then the huge body was instantly hit, and Kaido also started a more terrifying vibration. Puff. Kaido vomited a mouthful of stuffy blood. What have you done? Kaido asked too. It's nothing, it just wounded you internally. Lin Tian smirked. Damn it. Kaido also turned into a human form in an instant, panting and looking at Lin Tian. After that, he seemed to have seen a lot of things, and smiled and said to Lin Tian, Reaper. Unexpectedly, you are so powerful. You are so powerful that even I have to do my best. You are the only distance to kill me like this. People who are close, I hope you don't let me down, haha. Kaido, take this trick from me. Kaido took out his stick, but Lin Tian had a premonition. Then he looked at Kaido and said, Kaido, I will take this trick. Lin Tian touched his cheek with his hand, and a terrifying mask appeared on Lin Tian's face in an instant. Thunder and gossip. Kaido picked up his stick and threw it at Lin Tian. This move is just like his name, as fast as thunder and lightning. But all this is just as slow as a tortoise walking in front of Lin Tian's eyes. A demon slash. Lin Tian also made a blur, pulled out Chinbenyu, and a black demon chopped with evil spirits rushed towards Kaido abruptly. Ah! Kaido was obviously also going all out. He tried his best to block Lin Tian's demon chopping wave desperately with the big stick in his hand. The power of demon slash is getting stronger and stronger, even Kaido is at a disadvantage. Kaido yelled and used all his power, and then a burst of black light cut Kaido's body away. Kaido vomited blood and was also dying. Lin Tian stepped forward, looked at Kaido and said, Sorry, I'm still slightly better. Haha, cough, cough, death is indeed amazing, and it is considered to satisfy my wish to die. Cough, cough, death, I will wait for you below. After Kaido has no breath, after Kaido is dead, Lin Tian is naturally after receiving Kaido's corpse into the divine mighty space, Kaido naturally destroyed the cadres of Kaido in the country of peace. Finally, with the cooperation of the Straw Hat in the group, the Guangyue clan was successfully restored to the country. In the end, Lin Tian got the message that the task was completed. Congratulations to the host. Get luck. Congratulations to the host. Get awakening points. Congratulations to the host. Complete the side quest. Congratulations to the host for completing the hidden side quest. You have obtained the level of the side quest hidden reward. Whether you use the character 3 times to get a chance to receive the task reward. Receive. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the ultimate sight, listening to the sounds of all things. When the system's voice fell, Lin Tian felt that the entire world had changed. Lin Tian felt that everything around him, all the heartfelt voices, could be heard by himself. What's going on? This is listening to the sound of everything. Lin Tian also listened carefully, the sounds of living objects around him. Grass, branches, and people's voices. This is Roger's talent skill, right? The original hidden reward is this. Lin Tian is also a little excited, after all, this is one of One Piece's abilities. What's the point? Lin Tian also asked himself a word. Forget it. Don't think about it, it will be useful sooner or later. Lin Tian finally left the country of He. At the same time that Lin Tian and Kaido were fighting, Ghost Island was also engaged in an extremely fierce battle. In addition to Drought Jack, who has been killed by Lin Tian, the 2 disasters headed by Plague Quinn and Drought Ember also fully resisted the enemy's invasion. They led the Barbarian, as well as the platform Zuzang, the 6 volleys and the Giver army, of course, and the disabled cannon fodder, defending the enemy's attack from the Ghost Island. Who is their enemy is naturally the Death Pirates who took the initiative to attack. Lin Tian has a wealth of talents, and there are only 4 of them at the general level, plus a large number of Death Legions and captains. The beasts and pirates can be said to have been suppressed from beginning to end. Although the Giver Legion is a legion with the ability of Devil Fruit, but it is still not enough to look at the powerhouse of the general level. So soon, the beast and pirate group has begun to lose. Kuzan's frozen fruit showed great power, and it was impossible to fight back against the flames of the disaster, while the Plague Quinn was given to the ice and fire by Zauba and Guina, and the flanking attack was complete. Downwind. And Barrett, known as the heir to the power of ghosts, also shot. As soon as Barrett shot, he directly integrated the death. After the death of the Pluto cannon merged with it, it naturally became almost invincible. Pluto Barrett's strength is almost invincible. Although the barbarian is extremely powerful, it is a pity that he encounters Barrett, who is a general level, and after fusion with the Death God, he is even more invincible. Although the Kaido 100 Beast Pirate Group has many people with fruit abilities, it is only more than 500 people, and Lin Tian's tens of thousands of power has already completely suppressed Kaido, and the fur race has sent many warriors. Came to participate in the war, so they also almost wiped out the 100 Beasts and Pirates. In the end, the 100 Beasts and Pirates group perished, and only a few trivial forces survived. Kaido and his group of beasts and pirates were completely wiped out by Lin Tian. Lin Tian finally found the last piece of landmark history. Bringing Robin, Lin Tian pieced together the history of these landmarks, and then Lin Tian took out Lavedrew's record pointer. It seems that not only the history of the landmark is complete, but even the record pointer is also prepared, so next, you should be able to reach Lovedrew. Lin Tian was also very excited. At this time, Lin Tian received the system again. Hello host. There is a new task reminder. The side task level, after completion, you can get the due reward, the task content, overthrow the world government of the dragon. And Lin Tian, who heard this task, was also speechless for a while. System. You are sure to let me destroy the world government? Lin Tian confirmed again. Yes it is. As long as you destroy the world government, no one will stop you from entering Lavedrew. This task can be said to be completed by the way, because there must be a large number of navy and world government forces in the depths of the Great Waterway. The system said. So it sounds like a reasonable system, you won't cheat me, right? Lin Tian asked. When did this system pit you? This is the ultimate side task, or it can be said to be the last side task. After completion, you can directly complete the main task, and then you can return to where you came from. The system said. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to prepare. Lin Tian can be regarded as taking over this side task. For the next day, Lin Tian started an intense military training. After all, the foundation and strength of the world government could not be completely wiped out by Lin Tian. So Lin Tian also picked up the phone worm in his hand. Bardigo Mancharan, the island of white soil, receives a call. Long, how are you doing? I'm Lin Tian also said. Master Lin Tian. Any advice? Long couldn't guess what Lin Tian was looking for. I'm asking you to discuss something, so I'm going to get straight to the point. Dragon, I want to overthrow the rule of the world government. Lin Tian also said directly. Manchilong was shocked first, and then he was surprised. Master Lin Tian. This is really great. This news is really exciting for our revolutionary army. From then on we have one more ally fighting on the same front. Manchilong also said excitedly. Dragon, my power is now only 50,000, and there are all kinds of generals, kiwahai, and lieutenant generals, but in my opinion, there is still no way to overthrow the world government. Well, that is how powerful the world government is. It has ruled the world for 800 years. Even if we unite, we may not be able to overthrow them. Manchilong also found it tricky for a while. Master Lin Tian, the world government is not as harmless as it seems on the surface. Let me talk about the Navy, the 3 Navy generals, a marshal, my old man Carp, the former marshal of the Warring States period, and countless lieutenant generals, major generals, and brigadier generals. There are also a large number of naval soldiers. In addition, Master Lin Tian, even if he killed the Navy, there are still many armies guarding Mary Joa, and there are also generals in the army. In addition, the commander of the 3 armies, Gangakong, has a power beyond the generals. Manchilong continued. The world government still has 0. The world government is directly under the secret espionage agency, and there is no lack of general-level existence in it, and the 5 old stars of the world government's highest power also have good strength. It seems that we have to talk about it. Lin Tian said without fear. Since you are sure, then I will rush to the world with Sabo and communicate directly with you. Some things are not very clear in the phone worm. Okay, dragon. Then Lin Tian also hung up the phone. Lin Tian stepped up training and improved his strength at the same time, but within a few days, the dragon had already arrived on the island of IWC. Lin Tian also saw the dragon again. You came. After Lin Tian killed Kaido and returned the kingdom of Haji to the rule of the Guangyue clan, he embarked on his final side mission. Lin Tian once again became the focus of the world's attention. The death god Lin Tian, who was also the Four Emperors, once again killed Kaido, one of the Four Emperors. This is the second fall of the Four Emperors after the ant. And Lin Tian himself has already got the landmark history. Lin Tian once again occupied the entire page of almost all mainstream newspapers, and within a month, all topics in the population were about Lin Tian's killing of Kaido. This god of death. It's really amazing. It's worthy of being the most powerful existence among the Four Emperors. Yes. Even the white beard should be inferior. After all, the white beard did not destroy the other Four Emperors. Hey, the balance of the sea has been completely chaotic, and the 7 martial arts system under the king has also been abolished. The greatest enemy of the navy should be Lin Tian. Do you want to stop him? Will the world government and navy do anything else? Countless people couldn't help thinking in their minds. No one knew what Lin Tian would do next or where he would go. And countless people are speculating whether Lin Tian can become the new generation of One Piece. Naval Headquarters, New Marine Vando. Everyone was waiting in a serious battle, with a pale face. Countless major generals and lieutenant generals did not dare to say a word. Marshal Sarkarsky was also furious. Everyone knows who destroyed Sarkarsky's arm. Damn. 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 Sarkarsky's face was also extremely bad. He didn't expect that Lin Tian would be unable to fight back in the top war. Even a general-level figure, now there is no way to cause Lin Tian the slightest harm. This guy. How strong is it? The general is fine, but even the aunts of the Four Emperors and Kaido were killed by him. Not defeated but killed. It shows that the difference in strength is not small. Sarkarsky also took a puff of cigarette, seemingly helpless. All admirals obey orders. Sarkarsky finally forcibly cheered himself up, and said to everyone in New Marine Vando. And here is all the general-level officers above the Brigadier General of the Navy Headquarters. The Navy Headquarters has no retreat. Death God Lin Tian has already destroyed the 2 Four Emperors, and the other 2 Four Emperors. It seems that they did not act against the Death God, so it can be believed that Lin Tian has already acquired Lovedrew. Where is the place? Sarkarsky also took a sharp breath and said, the next task is extremely arduous. The Navy must do its best to prevent the Death Pirates from entering Lovedrew, preventing him from obtaining the great secret treasure and becoming the Pirate King. I don't ask you to defeat Lin Tian, but you must do all you can to hold the Death God, the Grim Reaper Legion. Sarkarsky put out the smoke, and then all fire began. Sarkarsky then said, this battle must be won, lost, and then there will be no. Any power can stop the God of Death. Yes. The Lieutenant Admiral said all Chi-Chi below. Then Marshal, we are going to be Huang Yuan Peluzalino asked. Fengu, Yellow Ape, Green Bull, plus Lieutenant General Carp, you drag the 4 kings under Lin Tian. Sarkarsky said. Don't underestimate his subordinates. The former General Qing Pheasant Ku agreed to be a traitor, that is, one of Lin Tian's subordinates, and an octopus swordsman. Xiao Ba seems to have the ability to burn fruits, and female swordsman. Guina seems to have superb swordsmanship. Barrett is no stranger to the power of ice and snow, right? One of Roger's fierce generals has now joined Lin Tian's men. Sarkarsky then looked at the lieutenant generals, as well as the battle of the Science Force. Dear lieutenants of the headquarters, as well as the lieutenants of the branch that are urgently mobilized, your task is to resist the 6-star kings under the Death God, and there are dozens of squad captains. The current legion commander under Lin Tian, there are more than 50,000 people. Sarkarsky then said more seriously. What does 50,000 people mean? Everyone should know. Chief of Staff he also added. After Ma Lin Fandor's top war, our military strength has been lost, but not much. Through this emergency call, plus the early conscription, our navy should have 150,000 troops. There are also countless naval battleships and artillery, so we should be able to prepare for the next decisive battle. Crane said confidently. The Warring States period asked. But as long as Lin Tian's domineering look is activated, the navy will directly lose all combat capabilities. Lin Tian's problem is not something we have to consider. The world government only makes us be responsible for other people. Sakaski also said truthfully, is the world government going to take action? Sengoku also said with Wei Mi's eyes, it seems that those guys can't stand it anymore. It seems that it is not clear what the ending will be. Karp also said solemnly, as long as he faced Lin Tian, he would put away the usual inaccuracy and thick lines. After all, he deeply understood the level of Lin Tian's strength. While the Navy was in a meeting, it received a piece of bad news. Report, Marshal. Our naval branch base has been devastated. A Navy reported in a panic. Okay. Sakaski frowned and asked, it's Lin Tian. It's the Revolutionary Army. After the Navy finished speaking, he saw Sakaski with a wrong face. And Sakarsky also braved lava and said angrily, damn the Revolutionary Army, take advantage of this time. If nothing else, an agreement should be reached between the Revolutionary Army and the forces of death. As the Chief of Staff, Crane also guessed, it must be so. Sakarsky also said, then lit another cigar, looked at the general and said, start preparing for the decisive battle. Then the Navy began to prepare for the final decisive battle at Zinma Linfandu. This battle is a life or death for the Navy, but for Lin Tian, it is also a prerequisite for completing the task. For Lin Tian or the Navy, both must win. At this time, the leaders of the Revolutionary Army from all over the world also mobilized all the troops that can be mobilized from all over the world under the instructions of the Dragon, and rushed to Baldigo, the island of white soil. Revolutionary Army leader Mancharan, Chief of Staff Sabo, Eastern Army Commander Bello Beatty, Western Army Commander Mori, Southern Army Commander Lindbergh, Northern Army Commander Crow Callis, Great Root Army Commander Ivanko Husband, the cadres of the Revolutionary Army and countless soldiers of the Revolutionary Army. Everyone is ready for the upcoming decisive battle. In the Holy Land, Mariahia, under the void throne among the flowers, 5 elders knelt down and bowed to the people in front of them. These 5 are the 5 elder stars with the highest authority in the world government, and the person who bows down is an extremely mysterious figure. Master Yim. 5 old stars come to see you. It is guessed that Lin Tian, the god of death among the 4 emperors, has already taken the position of Lavedru, and the 5 old stars dare not delay, so they come to see you. 5 old stars really had no other way, so they came to meet Yim. The king of the dragon people, Lord Yimu. Lin Tian, a god of death, this anomalous number in the sea, don't care about him, he will give it to me. After that, Lord Yim also sat under the void throne. He is the true king of the dragon people, with a more noble status than the 5 elder stars of the world's most powerful. It seems that I will know it soon, and the treasures left by Luogia, Ravdru, will soon be known. Wu Lao Xing thought inwardly. At this time, Lin Tian was also located on the Death Island of the world. Looking at the powerful men under his command, they are also refreshed. He has already agreed with Meng Qilong, the plan and goal of the offensive. Lin Tianying stood on a high platform, looking at his 50,000 troops and numerous pirate ships, and then shouted. Everyone. Only one step away from Lavedru. Before that, we have to kill the world government. This is an unprecedented challenge. If you succeed, you will be left behind forever, but if you fail, you will be cast aside by thousands of people. I hope you can fight to the death. Defeat all the running dogs of the Navy and the world government that stand in front of you. We can have countless strong people. We will definitely be invincible. The most important thing is, you have a god of death, the strongest man in the world, god of death Lin Tian. Then Lin Tian also signaled to launch an attack. The 50,000 Death God Legion began to roar, and the intelligence center Skynet had already sent all important information about the Navy and world government to Lin Tian's hands. 4 Heavenly Kings, 6 Star Monarchs and Gundam, 57 Wuhai and lieutenant-level squad captains, as well as a large number of fighters and warriors who are not afraid of death, attacked the Navy's headquarters, Numarin Vander, with lightning speed. With a large number of troops mobilized, it is naturally easy to be known by the enemy. The two sides are like greeted each other, and they have a tacit understanding of Ma Lin Fanduo. Confront each other. In the Navy, it was Sakarsky who was headed, and the head of death was naturally Lin Tian. Lin Tian, I knew that sooner or later, you would ruin the Navy. You really came today. Sakarsky was also wearing the coat of the Marshal, looking far away aggressively, full of fighting spirit. Really, I still have to fight with my former colleague in the end. That is also the case. Maybe this is the last battle, Xianyi, Guina said too. The generals are also gaining momentum. According to the original plan, get rid of them. Xiao Ba said. Compared with Master Lin Tian, a Marshal of the Navy is nothing short of Firefly and Haoyue. Barrett is also completely unaware of Sakaski. Both sides are ready to go, looking at each other, they are very upset. Overlord. Lin Tian also directly exploded his Overlord look, intending to wipe out all the Navy in one go. However, Lin Tian was resisted by a completely strange and powerful Overlord. This is, Lin Tian doesn't seem to have seen it in the original work at all. The Navy and the world government still have hidden strength at the bottom of the box. You are Lin Tian. Lin Tian glanced at that person and was also a little surprised. You are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Steel Bone Empty. Lin Tian also thought about it and let it go. After all, this war is intended to destroy the Navy and the world government, so it is normal for the General Marshal to appear empty. That's it. I can't think of the former Navy Marshal, the current military commander Gang Gakong has actually played. Lin Tian also squinted his eyes and said to Gang Gakong. The old man tried his best to stop you, the pirate. Steel Bone Kong also never allowed pirates to destroy the Navy. Then he jumped out directly, and the Overlord color burst out again. Lin Tian did his part, and it was also a teleport that appeared in the air, and the gray domineering color also burst out. The Overlord color on the two of them immediately began to collide with each other, and the Overlord color filled with destructive power seemed to have reached an unprecedented realm in the hands of the two. Both sides were in a stalemate for a while, and no one was able to resolve each other in an instant. Gang Gakong surprisingly found that his body had started to smoke. Domineering's corrosive ability has turned into substantial damage. Gang Gakong didn't dare to continue, but he attacked directly and attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian had to dodge the defense, so the Overlord domineering was also directly interrupted by Steel Bone Kong. It really deserves to be the strongest 4 emperors in history. Just the domineering look of the Overlord can be called the strongest in the world. Gang Gu Kong also sighed, and then attacked Lin Tian again. Gangbone Kong's offensive is extremely fast, like a hungry tiger rushing for food, and the armed and domineering on Gangbone Kong's body has long reached the level of no one. Therefore, even Lin Tian could not defeat him for a while. And seeing that the battle between the coaches has begun, Kuzan and others are also immediately yelled. All soldiers, start war. The soldiers rushed toward the Navy like spring water. At the same time, both the left and right wing of the new Marin Vander Army base camp were powerfully invaded by an unknown force. Humph. It's your trick again. Gangbone Kong also said disdainfully. The trick is not, it's the Revolutionary Army. They probably have 100,000 people. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he felt that an overstrike force no less than the Navy had carried out a large-scale invasion of the Navy headquarters. Adding the 100,000 of the Revolutionary Army and the 50,000 of Lin Tian, the total is 150,150. And this happens to be exactly the same as the number of people in the Navy. The 150,000 soldiers on both sides have begun to fight. The Revolutionary Army and the Reaper Corps are not afraid of death, and the Navy side is also prepared. The generals at the lieutenant general level also rushed to the front, and the leaders of the Revolutionary Army and the squad captains under Lin Tian also began a strong resistance. The two sides started fighting in an instant. The Overlord domineering has lost its effect, and only naked fighting is the manifestation of strength. The morale of both parties is extremely high, and no one can guess the outcome of this time. But everyone hopes that their own ending will be the best ending. The Navy's lieutenant general and many squad captains and Revolutionary Army cadres began to fight. Devil fruit abilities are also emerging in an endless stream, and there are many powerful 6-type powerhouses in the Navy. Lin Tian's side is also the strongest. Kuzan, Guina, Zauba and Barrett directly confronted the Navia S. Sakaski and the 3 generals, the Yellow Ape, the Fujitora and the Green Bull, and the 6 Stars. They are all powerful players at the Imperial Vice level who are very close to the Grand Prix level, and they face the alternate generals and the headquarters lieutenants who are close to the generals, as well as the Carp Sengoku and others. Zon Taomaru led the completely transformed Kiwahai, the tyrant Shang, and a large number of pacifists, and launched an attack on the Revolutionary Army. Bear. It's me. I'm Ivankov. Ivankov found that he could no longer wake up his partner Shang. Damn Navy. It turned the bear into an emotional robot. Sabo was also extremely uncomfortable. When the Revolutionary Army saw the bears of the past become like this, they also turned their grief and anger into strength. Damn Navy and world government. Subsequently, the Revolutionary Army's offensive became more fierce, and soon the new Marine Vander's naval forces were torn apart along mouth. Damn it. Sikorsky complained too. Sorry, Marshal of the Navy. Next, it's me you have to deal with. Barrett also directly attacked Sikorsky. The two are also inseparable, and Barrett's strength is still very strong. Kuzan is against the old enemy Fujitora, Guina is against the Green Bull, and Xiao Ba is against the Yellow Ape. Since the difference in strength is not very large, all the wars at the general level did not appear to be one-sided, but the entire battle was stalemate. Lin Tian had already put away his contempt when facing the army commander Gangbone Kong in front of him. It's a steel-boned air. The armed color's domineering is almost to the extreme. It seems that the strength has exceeded the 4 Emperor level, and the King level's strength is really out of control. It's a pity that you met me today, otherwise, say there may be a real chance of a comeback. Although Lin Tian doesn't underestimate it, he doesn't value the steel bones too much. Even if it is the strength of the King, it is difficult to cause much damage to Lin Tian. Lin Tian, you are too arrogant. Gangbone Kong followed with another punch. Unfortunately, no matter how sturdy the ability of Gangbone Kong was, Lin Tian's sight and hearing could perfectly escape Gangbone Kong's attack. I have seen and heard that it is so domineering, then let's compare. Domineering. Then Gangbone Kong also began to foresee Lin Tian's attack. You come and go, and attack each other, but neither attack the other. Both of them have the domineering look and feel that can predict the future, so it is difficult to really attack each other. Armed color. The empty time of the steel bone also covered the armed color perfectly all over the body, so even if Lin Tian's attack fell on him, there should be no exaggeration such as spikes. Gangakong is really smart, he deserves to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I thought, it was a pity that I ran into me who couldn't deal with conventionally. 1000 Benyu. Lin Tian also let go of Qin Benyu in Zhejiang. Unexpectedly, the rain scene is strict. Then a few huge blades appeared directly behind Lin Tian. And then the blades instantly turned into black liquid matter and colored rain, but they still had the size of a cherry blossom. Small. This is. Gangakong obviously didn't know what it was. After the fusion, Senbon Sakura's power and demon sword Muramame merged into one, and the power was also doubled, and Senbon Sakura's perfect solution naturally became Qinbenyu's perfect solution. And the speed of the black rain with the severe rain scene of Qinben is obviously several times faster than the speed of the cherry blossoms. Therefore, Lin Tian directly controlled Qinbenyu with one hand and launched an attack on Gangakong. Looking at the black raindrops, Gangakong suddenly felt a burst of danger in his heart. This is a stress response to danger that he has developed over the years. Not good. It's dangerous. The steel bone is empty immediately. Flying to avoid it, and the black rainwater is like a black Wang Yang, rushing towards Gangakong quickly. Qinbenyu, which has changed from solid to liquid, can completely obliterate the opponent and completely hold the opponent's life in his hands as long as it touches the opponent. This thing is very dangerous. As long as it is touched, it should directly lose your life. It is terrible. Gangakong opened his eyes and saw that the black matter summoned by Lin Tian touched the ground just now, and the ground disappeared and turned into a big pit. Terrible destructive power. Must not let. He continues to control it. Gangbone Kong also ran farther and farther, and finally came to Lin Tian's side with a big circle. And Lin Tian naturally guessed what Gangakong wanted to do. I want to take the opportunity to kill me and stop Qinben Yujingyan. It's not that simple. Lin Tian froze directly, and instantly escaped the attack of Gangbone Kong. In the end, Gangakong was directly punched and flew by Lin Tian. Jianjing. Lin Tian directly locked Steelbone Kong in the black space, and then took out a handful of Qinbenyu and said, Steelbone Kong, it seems that you can't escape from this space, and then let your marshal of the song die happy. Right. Lin Tian waved Qinbenyu out, and a terrifying and devastating sword energy shot into the sky, and attacked the Steelbone Kong. Although the Steelbone Kong wanted to escape, but because the space was too small, there was no way. It can be hardened with his top-level armed color, ready to resist this slash. A slash struck through, and the amazing strength directly blasted the steel bone into the air, ramming the wall behind him, and the steel bone instantly vomited blood. Watching Lin Tian gritted his teeth. You guy. Don't you have any weaknesses? Gangbone asked emptily. I have no weakness. Lin Tian also said with a smirk. Even if there is, I won't tell you so easily. As soon as the voice fell, the momentum of the steel bone hollow changed again, and this time the momentum seemed to have completely changed. It was a feeling of burning life. This guy burned his life in order to resist me. Lin Tian was also shocked. Looking at the steel bones in front of him, he seemed to think of something. Lin Tian, you want to destroy the navy and the world government? That won't work. The steel bone vomited blood, and then his eyes turned red. I will definitely stop you, Gangakong yelled. Lin Tian felt that Gangakong seemed to have enough power to match him in an instant. Although that kind of power is extremely unstable, it is temporarily possessed by burning lives. At this time, Lin Tian also really took it seriously. Because Gangakong turned out to be a god-level powerhouse. An extremely powerful aura erupted from Gangbone Kong's body. It was the aura of a god-level powerhouse. Although it was temporary, Lin Tian still felt that it was the same level of power as himself for a moment. The appearance of Gangbone Kong seems to have undergone tremendous changes. His figure seems to have become taller than before, and the explosive muscles all over his body are also suddenly rising, and Gangbone Kong with bloodshot eyes looks a bit scary, looking at Lin Tian. It seems to be full of blood and deep hatred. The ground under Gangbone Kong's feet seemed to be cracked, and the surrounding area around him seemed to be full of cracks. Gangbone Kong's feet kicked, and with a whistling sound, he rushed towards Lin Tian, rushing over and talking. Lin Tian. I must kill you today. Although he didn't say the name of the ultimate move, Lin Tian knew that even if he took the blow, there shouldn't be any good fruit. Lin Tian also directly chose to blur. Who knew that an astonishing scene had happened, when Gangbone Kong's attack completely landed on Lin Tian, and Lin Tian flew out like a cannonball in an instant. Gangbone Kong didn't stop there, but rushed directly up and continued to smash Lin Tian. Lin Tian had a kaleidoscope of eyes, and he immediately covered Shu Zuo Nengu on his body. The attacks of the steel bones fell one after another, almost smashing Lin Tian's Shu Zuoneng, which shows how strong steel bones are. Oh my god. Lin Tian is actually at a disadvantage. Kuzan also frowned. This is the first time I have encountered such a situation. Guina also couldn't believe it. It seems that the steel hollow is very difficult to wrap. Xiao Ba was also worried. This guy should be careless. Barrett blasted Sakaski flying in front of him with a punch, but he couldn't get out to rescue him at all. Although Lin Tian was a little embarrassed, he was not seriously injured. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and said, "It's amazing. Even the space is blocked. This is the first time I have seen such an exaggerated combat power. It's good to know. If you surrender now, nonsense. Protracted war will be even worse for you." Lin Tian also raised the corner of his mouth and said, "Although you have such a terrifying power in a short time, the longer you drag it, the more damage you should do to yourself. This is not your power at all, so I can't lose again." Lin Tian also said without fear, "Since it is so hard to come up with a strong person at the same level as me, then I can fight unscrupulously." As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he also unscrupulously exploded all his anger. Lin Tian's fruit abilities have already been integrated, and the abilities of multiple fruits have also been combined. Looking at the imposing steel bones in front of him, Lin Tian was full of warfare, and rushed forward with a stride. Quick kick. The Dark Lord, 100 times gravity. The 3 big moves were activated one by one. First, they moved to Gangakong's side in an instant, kicked Gangakong, and then moved to Gangakong's side with a teleport, releasing the Dark Demon in the field of gravity. Ji Kong was instantly crushed and unable to move. 10 billion Thors, stellar explosion. Lin Tian then took advantage of the hollow steel to be unable to move, and also directly used the tens of billions of volts to get Thor, and also had an extremely terrifying star temperature. Gangbone Kong's eyes shrank, and he was blown away in an instant. Even if the steel bone hollow is armed and domineering, it covers the whole body, and has a god-level reality that surpasses One Piece. However, at this time, Lin Tian was once again suppressed with no resistance. Looking at Gang Ji Kong again, his head is gray and his face is gray, one arm has disappeared without a trace. "You fellow. You still have so many abilities." Gang Gakong directly shouted, "Hai Lu Shi." After that, countless huge sea tower nets flew towards Lin Tian. Lin Tian not only has super light speed, but also has no fear of Hailu Stone, so he also directly attacked the Hailu Stone net in front of him. Then he took the Hailu Stone net in his hand without any scruples. Looking at the shocked Gangakong, Lin Tian said, "Although I have the fruit power, I am sorry. I am not afraid of these messy things at all. You are not a person with fruit ability. Could it be that you are not a person in this world at all? Gangbone Kong said something for no reason, but Lin Tian was a little stunned. How big is the brain hole that would make you guess like this? The commander-in-chief of the armed forces in front of you is not crazy. Lin Tian also looked at the steel bones and said suspiciously. It must be like this. You must not belong to this world. Like him. An anomaly belonging to this world. Gangbone Kong also gritted his teeth and said, it must be so that everything can make sense. Lin Tian. Sorry. I can only use everything to kill you. As long as I kill you, everything should be restored to its original state. Looks like. Gangakong's words caught Lin Tian's attention. There are others like me. Are they a traverser? Lin Tian also made up his mind to at least leave the steel bones to life, waiting for the final result to be asked, and then take his life. The steel bone air domineering has also reached the extreme. After completely covering the whole body, the defense power is amazing. Lin Tian seemed to agree, and he didn't keep his hands when he looked at Gangbone Kong. Amaterasu. A black flame instantly ignited the steel-bonded jacket. Gangakong's jacket began to burn extremely fast, and his body began to be corroded by black inflammation. What is this? Gang Jiu Kong found that no matter what he did, he could not extinguish the black flame in front of him. Look at me. Steelbone Kong was also not nervous at all, and directly turned on the overlord color, and it also instantly blew the sky to the ground. Lin Tian is a little speechless. How can this happen? It seems that the domineering is too strong, and the domineering is used to transfer the flame to the ground. Lin Tian was also a little admired. The steel frame was empty. Have top-level overlord color, top-level armed color, and CNC color that predicts the future. You still have the secret technique of burning life. I don't believe it. You can still resist the next move. Lin Tian was also angry, and his eyes instantly became rippled. Seeing Gangakong, he also shouted, Shenluo Tianzheng. As soon as it was extremely powerful, the extremely terrifying repulsion exploded from Lin Tian. AA and Gangbone Kong also tried his best to resist. But the ground under his feet had already begun to vibrate, and then Gangakong was shaken by powerful waves of air. Gangakong began to vomit blood, and then found that his strength began to weaken. No. You must hurry up. Otherwise, everything will be over. Gangakong waited for the moment when Shenluo Tianzheng was over and ran towards Lin Tian again. Come on. Lin Tian looked at the Steelbone Kong rushing over again, and he had to admire Steelbone Kong's persistence. Earth burst into the sky. Lin Tian still didn't have any mercy from his subordinates, and directly released his own big move. A small black ball instantly rose and floated above the two of them. Suddenly the small black ball began to violently attract everything around, the earth, rocks and countless others. The building was instantly attracted by the little black ball. Gangbone Kong was also inevitably sucked up by the little black ball. Even if Gangakong struggles, no matter how hard, he finds that he can't struggle away at all. This terrifying attraction, in a short while, an extremely large meteorite is born, and Gangakong is sucked into the rock. Burst. Lin Tian then made the earth blast star and exploded directly, and even if the steel bone hollow had a short-term god-level power, he couldn't get out of it at this time, and his body was broken. After destroying the enemy with one move, the system still reminded. Congratulations to the host. You killed the army commander Gangbone Kong. You have gained awakening points and luck value, and your luck value is about to exceed 100. It is about to burst. After killing some strong people, you should be able to reach the level of the sun. As soon as the system's voice fell, Lin Tian saw 444 people wearing black suits and a person wearing a kimono holding a knife appear in front of him. Well, 5 old stars. What Lin Tian couldn't think of was that the 5 old stars had already arrived in front of him. 5 old stars, unexpectedly, you have also appeared. Lin Tian said. You have turned the sea upside down, and if we don't show up again, I'm afraid you will destroy the navy and the world government. The bearded 5 old stars said, what is your purpose to overthrow the rule of the Dragonites? Huang Fa Wu Lao Xing asked. Still, it's another whim, a stupid thing to do. The long-bearded 5 old star asked sternly. The 5 old star wearing a flat hat said, no matter. What is the reason? Everything will end today. The 5 old star holding the sword said, because, today, you will definitely die. Lin Tianxi was not afraid, and laughed. Haha. I want to see, what are you capable of? Ghost. Sword Star's knife is not a decorative object. He waved the first-generation ghost, and a powerful ghost aura rushed out, Lin Tian immediately. Swing a knife to resist. Monster. While Lin Tian blocked the ghost energy, he also swung it out with a single sword. It was also a demon sword, and Qinbenyu's demon power was even stronger than that of the ghost. Boom. Sword Star blocked the demon energy, took a step back, raised his head slightly, and said in surprise, "Could it be that your sword is also a demon sword? How can there be a demon sword stronger than the ghost? Can it be said that it is also one of the supreme swords?" Sword Star couldn't help asking. "Want to know? You will know if you beat me. I don't want to give the 5 old stars more opportunities." A demon slash. Lin Tian also directly swung his Qinbenyu, with a powerful slash. The Sword Star was very strong, even stronger than Eagle Eye, but Lin Tian was not a little bit worse. Lin Tian estimated that the strength of the Sword Star was already very good at the level of the 4 emperors. One move to defeat the Sword Star, the 5 old stars are you and me. I look at you and then said, "Lin Tian, it seems that you were really strong. But we are not unprepared. Come out." 5 old stars shouted. In an instant, a few people wearing masks appeared not far away. It can be seen that these people are very powerful, and it can even be said that they all have the strength of the general level. After Lin Tian saw that the color was full of domineering, he was also a little surprised afterwards, because in the future he saw that these people were strong enough to hold him. If the 5 old stars rushed to aid the navy, then his power might be in danger. Therefore, Lin Tian immediately appeared beside Zero with a teleport, and directly kicked at a speed faster than light, kicking all 4, 5, and position 0. Amaterasu. Lin Tian didn't stop. Looking at one of them, he directly launched the fire of the sky, and that person was swallowed by the black flame in an instant, and there was no scum left. 5 old stars looked at the shock in each other's eyes, and once again ordered, "Kill Lin Tian for me, immediately." The remaining 0 naturally launched an attack on Lin Tian. Their 6 forms are almost at the general level, and there are some inexplicable fruit abilities. However, Lin Tian will either use time to reverse the fruit, instantaneously kill the fruit, or use it directly. The soul fruit absorbed the opponent's soul, and all kinds of invincible fruit abilities instantly killed all 0 members. The 5 old stars were also extremely shocked in their eyes. They did not expect that Lin Tian would be able to achieve a spike in the face of the general level 0. Go. Can't wait any longer. The sword star among the 5 old stars rushed out again and confronted Lin Tian, while the other 4-5 old stars seemed to be preparing something. Wu Lao Xing. These guys don't know what to grind. Do they still have something to follow? Lin Tian didn't understand, and didn't have time to understand. The sword star in front of him once again killed him. Lin Tian pulled out to resist, and then the gravitational space broke out. Sword star felt the extremely heavy pressure and instantly pressed himself down. Quick! Hurry up! Sword star urged something. When Lin Tian was waiting to kill the sword star with a slash, he suddenly felt something, and then lost his face in shock. He felt an extremely unusual power and appeared. This power is so huge that everything is trembling, and Lin Tian can hear the sighs of countless creatures, as if they have seen the same scene before. Lin Tian let go of the sword star decisively, and opened a sufficient distance in an instant. Lin Tian, don't blame us, but to blame your strength is too strong. We have to liberate this power. You should have heard about the 3 ancient weapons, Pluto, Poseidon, and Uranus, the king. Pluto seems to have been acquired by you, but the heavenly king Uranus is still in the hands of our celestials. At least this is our only chance to make a comeback. We have to use this power that is beyond our control. Wu Lao Xing seems to be ready to break the boat. Vegapunk, use Uranus, aim at Lin Tian, shoot. Wu Lao Xing announced at the same time, because the power of Uranus is too terrifying. After using it once, it takes more than 100 years. Whether it is New Marin Vando, the Navy, or your group of pirates, they are bound to be killed instantly. At that time, we will reorganize the world government. Pacifist. Hold Lin Tian. Wu Lao Xing also brought the wind under his feet, and wanted to take the opportunity to slip away. Where to go? How could Lin Tian let Wu Lao Xing escape? A star explodes. Lin Tian directly used the ultra-high temperature star, and instantly ignited the 5 old stars of the world's highest authority. Lin Tian thought it was too easy. But the situation is urgent, and the most important thing is to prevent the launch of the so-called Uranus. I haven't seen the Heavenly King before, and I haven't updated it there at all. Lin Tian also no longer complained, and tried his best to urge Wen Lu to domineering, but he was able to vaguely see the terrorist bombs falling from the sky. This is not the atomic bomb of the previous life. Lin Tian didn't know if the 5 old stars were a lie. In short, the only future that he saw in the domineering look and hearing was the end of the atomic bomb being destroyed. No. The explosion of the king must be prevented. Otherwise, the entire pirate world may collapse. Lin Tian also flew to the sky in an instant, but he foresaw the future, and then he quickly dodged to avoid. And on the ground just now, a black void even appeared directly. You are Lin Tian. You or I am. Lin Tian also reacted directly. Looking at the eyes that looked like eagle eyes, Lin Tian guessed. Ah, it's really interesting to think that you could know my existence. It really is not a human being in this world. Yimu also stared at Lin Tian while smiling. Lin Tian can feel that the strength of Yim in front of him can no longer be felt. You are a celestial dragon? Lin Tian asked. GG, you are right. I am the king of the dragon people, and I am the only one who can sit on the throne of the void. Unexpectedly, you are not a member of the family. You can come here all the way, but it really surprises me. Lin Tian. I'm also smiled sullenly. Rub. A sound passed. Yimu just waved his hand, and Lin Tian couldn't feel his strength anymore. What have you done? Lin Tian asked in surprise. It's very strange. Why you have the power of devil fruit, but you are not afraid of sea tower stones and seawater. Sure enough, what you have is not the power of this world, so just now, I have sealed your power. Even if it is not the fruit ability of this world, as long as it is the fruit ability, I can seal it. After all, the devil fruit is my masterpiece. Yimu looked at Lin Tian and didn't know what he was thinking. Lin Tian found that his fruit power was no longer available, but he was not so panicked. After all, the power of Qinbenyu in his hand was still there, the power of his eyes was still there, and the domineering power had not disappeared. It seems that you are going to fight with me to the end. Then defeat me, otherwise, Uranus will explode. Yim smirked again. Jia Jia, Void Claw. When Lin Tian saw that the color was full of domineering, he quickly reacted, and a sideways dodge Yim's big move, and the place where Yim was torn naturally became nothingness. This is the ability to shred space, said. Are you not from this world? Haha. You are really smart. But smart people never grow. Yimu's voice fell, and then directly raised his huge paw to Lin Tianxi. It's up to you. Qinbenyu. Lin Tian raised Qinbenyu and instantly blocked Yimu's claws. The power of your knife also comes from it. You really surprised me. Yimu found out that Lin Tian's Qinbenyu was not directly caught in nothingness, and he also sighed. It's too late. I want instant solve the battle between them. Lin Tian's eyes instantly turned into a kaleidoscope. Susanna. Lin Tian's body was instantly covered with a huge gray figure. The skeletal and muscle armor instantly formed a mighty samurai, but it was a bit like a god of death. Humph. I am also directly resisted Suzunohu's slashing attack. Lin Tian was a little surprised. After all, no one in this world could hold his own Suzunohu's attack. His strength has also reached the god level. Lin Tian didn't pause, and directly shouted, Amaterasu has a life. Amaterasu Qinbenyu. After that, the fire of Amaterasu instantly covered Qinbenyu, the demon energy and the power of destruction were combined, and it was quickly cut at Yim. Void King Claw. Yimu was also a powerful claw attack, attacking Lin Tian who had become Suzuo Nengu. The fire of the skylight immediately collided on the Void King's claw. The Void King's claw was instantly destroyed, and it was stained with the fire of the sky, and Yim's arm was instantly ignited. What? Yim cried out in pain, and then cursed, you bastard. He instantly cut off his arm with his other hand. Regeneration. I am just like the great demon King Piccolo, instantly regenerating his hand. You damn thing. Vegapunk. How long will Uranus arrive? I'm also shouted impatiently. And in the distant place in the sky, there was a sporadic flash of light. Lin Tian knew that it was Uranus. Uranus must be stopped. Lin Tian thought again. There is no time to spend with Yim. Regardless of it, Lin Tian used the earth-blasting star once again. Earth burst into the sky. The black ball flew up again. In an instant, Yim was attracted to the black ball uncontrollably, and countless rocks and earth all around flew there. Soon after, Yim was locked in the star. Lin Tian found that he still had the ability to fly. It seemed that it was because of the reincarnation eye. Lin Tian flew desperately in the direction of Uranus. Lin Tian lost the ability of the devil fruit and was a little uncomfortable, but soon he saw the huge Uranus appear in front of his eyes. Lin Tian directly hugged the flying Uranus in an agile way, and shouted, "Divine might." Uranus was instantly sucked into the divine power space by Lin Tian's kaleidoscope-riding round eyes. It seems that the crisis is over. Lin Tianzhong wanted to let go. When he breathed a sigh of relief, he suddenly discovered that there was a one Uranus on the other side. How is this going? Lin Tian was shocked, and it was too late to stop. Haha. Lin Tian. And everything in this world. You will die under the explosion of the Heavenly King. Yimu also used the Void Claw to escape the Earthburst star. It's over. It's too late. Lin Tian was a little desperate. Freeze. Kuzan was on the side and directly used his ability to freeze the fruit. Unfortunately, Uranus's power was too strong and the ice layer was pierced in an instant. Huge tree. Robin folded her hands and transformed into a huge hand, but soon she sweated profusely and said, "I can't hold it anymore." Decay. Nuokagao also used his rustling fruit ability in an attempt to decay Uranus, but Uranus was about to fall to the ground. Get me back. Esbagu used the ability to penetrate the fruit, and Uranus instantly rushed into the gate of space, then was transferred and shot towards the sky. Great. Everyone felt like they were left behind, including Lin Tian. Next, continue to fight. Sakaski also raised the magma arm in his hand once again and slammed it at Barrett. Humph. Barrett naturally did not let the wind fall, and fought with Sakaski. And Huang Yuan Tengu and Green Bull continued to entangle with Lin Tian's Heavenly Kings. Haha. Who told you that there is only one Uranus? Yimu asked Lin Tiandao, and then raised his hand and pointed to the distant sky. Lin Tian saw that the look was full of domineering, and his face changed suddenly. How can it be? Lin Tian clearly saw as many as 17 Uranus attacking here in the future. Adding just one, there are 18 in total. This is the true face of Uranus. The ultimate weapon to destroy everything, 18 missiles. Let me see what you can do if you lose the power of the devil fruit. Haha. Yim didn't seem to care about his life. He looked at Lin Tian and seemed to want to see Lin Tian's jokes. Without the fruit power, it should not be able to withstand the attack of 18 missiles at all. Lin Tian looked at Yim and thought, what should be done? System. Is there any way to restore my fruiting ability? Lin Tian also asked eagerly in his mind. Hello host. It is detected that your fruit ability is not taken away, but temporarily unavailable. You are bound by the rules of this plane. If you want to break free from the rules of this world, you can use all awakenings. Click to lose and redeem it into the value of airluck. In this way, your airluck will make you the son of quasi-airluck. In other words, you have become the rule of this world, and your devil fruit power will naturally come back. As soon as the system's voice fell, Lin Tian hurriedly said, then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and help me exchange all the awakening points into luck. If it is later, I am afraid that the entire pirate world will be destroyed. Everyone will be killed. Lin Tian is also very nervous. Okay. The redemption has been completed for you. As soon as the system's voice fell, Lin Tian felt that a golden aura appeared all over his body. This aura seemed to be able to calm all troubles in the power of all enemies, giving Lin Tian a royal feeling. And Yim looked particularly annoying at Lin Tian. This feeling. At that moment, Lin Tian felt his devil fruit ability again, as if it was a seal, which was lifted. I am also immediately. Yelled. Impossible. How could it be possible? You can get rid of my seal of fruit power. This is an absolute seal. This world is only considered if I say it. Lin Tian looked at Yim and punched him mercilessly. That punch also had the temperature of a constant star, and instantly severely wounded Yim. Damn it. Damn it. You actually lost the fruit power, and my seal has lost its effect. Yimu's face changed and he crawled out of the ruined wall, and then said, since it is not effective for you, then I will use it on your companions. The Navy will definitely kill them. As soon as Yim finished speaking, Lin Tian once again instantly used super. The speed of light moved to Im's side. Just kill the formation. Countless devastating lights penetrated Master Yim's body. This is the ability of shining fruit. Damn it. Yim yelled. The pain was unbearable, but he still escaped Lin Tian's attack. The seal is complete. Your partner, Uranus, and me. Which one do you solve first? Wow haha. Im seemed very proud. Lin Tian saw that the color was full of domineering and saw the future, and then he directly waved his arm and punched Yim heavily. Air shock. The ability of the extremely shaking fruit instantly knocked Yim away, but for a while, Yim was at a total disadvantage. Sure enough, As Yim said, his partner Devil Fruit was instantly sealed, and some partners who depended on the fruit were instantly at a disadvantage. Lin Tian didn't stop his footsteps. A teleport appeared in front of his partner. Little brother Lin Tian. Kuzan is being completely suppressed by Fujito, and Lin Tian directly said with extreme freezing, absolute zero domain. Fujitora immediately. He retreated, and at the same time he used a gravity knife. Then a meteorite from the sky attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian shook his fist, and with a single punch, the meteorite was smashed. In my life, I have never seen anyone who can resist a meteorite hard. Fujitora also said in shock. Fujitora, do you remember that you still owe me a favor? You can't beat me, why not just withdraw? Lin Tian also told his previous favor without even thinking about it. Tengu frowned and made a choice instantly. The old man is willing to bet and lose. This favor will be returned to you. Then Fujitora was separated from the battlefield. Lin Tian didn't stay for half a minute, and once again teleported to Guina's side. The yellow ape who looked at the wretched expression in front of him was also immediately said, Yellow ape, with me, you don't need to continue to stalemate. Kick at the speed of light. Kick at the speed of light. The two people have the same fruiting ability, but Lin Tian's speed is countless times faster than Huang ape. Basically, Huang ape kicks one kick, Lin Tian can kick 5 kicks, but within a few seconds, Huang ape was directly kicked and seriously injured. Lin Tian nodded at Ji Yuyina, and then flew to the battlefield of Xiao Ba and Lu Niu again. Green Bull seemed to suppress Xiao Ba, but Lin Tian's appearance marked the end of the battle between the two. Lin Tian directly used the black hole domain. In an instant, the Green Bull lost the ability to resist, and then ended the battle. Barrett is fighting Sakarsky in full swing. Lin Tian appeared instantaneously, and Sakarsky was also furious. However, Lin Tian didn't use anything else to directly burst the stellar fruit at Sakarsky, and Sakarsky was surprised to find that he had lost to Lin Tian in terms of temperature. Lin Tian punched Sakarsky's abdomen with one punch, and then kicked him with one kick. Lin Tian couldn't take care of it anymore. Next, Lin Tian also wiped out the combat power above the admiral level with the autumn wind sweeping the fallen leaves. The warring states Carp Teotu and others also instantly lost their ability to resist. You damn guy. Yim recovered. Lin Tian had already foreseen Yim's awakening, so he also used tens of billions of Thor without any hesitation. The extremely powerful current instantly wiped out Yimu's electricity, and Yimu directly lost his life at this moment. Next, the 17 missiles were about to arrive. Lin Tian fully urged the ability of the defensive fruit, and raised a layer of very thick defensive wall for the new Ma Lin Fanduo. Everyone, including the Navy, was worried at this time. After all, no one cares about their precious lives. When Uranus completely bombarded the defensive wall, everyone felt a shock. Boom. Then there were more than a dozen of the same voices, and everyone who closed their eyes felt a glow of heat rising from the surroundings. The heat wave and Qi Jin instantly covered everyone, and it was obvious that the defensive wall seemed insignificant in front of the king. The roar around finally weakened, and everyone opened their eyes. A big hole was broken in the defensive wall, but Ma Linfondo didn't seem to be attacked by Uranus except for some shocks and spills. Great. We escaped the attack of the king. Whether it is the Navy or the Death Army, everyone is happy. However, Lin Tian was panting, and the kaleidoscope of his eyes returned to normal afterwards. Lin Tian used the divine power again at the most critical moment, and sucked the missile into the divine power space, but it was also a little stamina for himself. Boom. 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 Everyone seemed to feel the beating of their own heart, but quickly, everyone reacted. It was not the sound of their own heart. Yimu, who had lost his breath in front of him, was slumped with the beating of his heart. Pieced together at once. What's going on? Everyone doesn't know what happened at this moment. It's like falling apart fruit, warring states also said solemnly. Yim's body quickly assembled together, and then he looked at everything in front of him and laughed again. Ha ha ha. Lin Tian. You thought it would be over if you thought that resisting the attack of Uranus, your nightmare had just begun. You Lin Tian teleported, and then directly used strange power to break Yim again. Stellar explosion. Lin Tian didn't stop at all. The attack fell on Yim again, and Yim instantly turned into a pool of blood. And just as everyone was stunned, Yim's voice came again. Ha ha ha. Lin Tian, you are too naive. Killing my body, do you think it is over? After the voice fell, the blood of Yim instantly soared into a bloody king, and these Wang Yangs instantly condensed into a huge tree. What is this? Kuzan asked too. Devil fruit tree. I'm also yelled and explained. If you eat the devil fruit, there will be demons lodge in the human body. This is also a curse. And the devil fruit tree is the birth of all the devil fruits, and I have all the demons. The power of the fruit. The heavenly dragon that feeds on the devil fruit tree. All the power of your devil fruit comes from me. Yim has also become extremely large, and eventually even tall to the point of exaggeration. It's too late. The devil fruit tree has merged with me. You don't want to defeat me as a god. Yim has turned into a god, and his level seems to have reached the peak of the god level. Lin Tian frowned, and the god Yimu's strength in front of him greatly increased, and his level had also entered the peak of the gods. The strength of Shang was even stronger than Lin Tian. Take a truce for now. The warring states also said, although it is hostile, if you still want to fight against you, you will die. The navy and the god of death shook hands for a while. After all, the Eam in front of him didn't look like the righteous party. Lin Tian kept everyone from dying from Uranus's attack. Lin Tian. The existence of the navy and the world government is basically to maintain the balance of the sea. And you ruined this balance. Let the situation beyond our control, so even if we ruin the entire world, drop you. 100 years of blankness. Robin suddenly thought of something. Hee. The secret of the clan will disappear into the world from now on. Then I will kill everyone present. Yim was obviously crazy enough that the 6 relatives didn't recognize him. The warring states urges everyone in the form of the fruit Buddha and then sternly questioned I am and said, even the navy is your chess piece. Who are you? As the person behind the 5 old stars, Yim didn't even know the warring states period. Sorry. Former Navy Marshal Warring States, your official position is not enough for you to know me. Introduce yourself. I am one of the 20 Dragonites who ruled the Void Throne for 800 years. Even so, you can't attack Uranus, the King of Heaven, against our navy. Isn't this a brother-in-law? The Warring States period seemed to be a little excited. After all, whoever experienced the situation of being almost killed by his boss would also be a little excited. Same brotherly. Warring States. Recognize your identity. It's just a navy. It's just a chess piece in my hand, but it's a force under the world government, and I am even more noble than the world government. Yim once again slapped the old face of the Warring States madly. You guy. In the Warring States period, he patted Yim with the palm of the giant Buddha without saying a word. Be careful. Kuzan and Karp hurriedly reminded that the Warring States had been shot by Yim in an instant. It's so naive. I actually tried to attack me who merged with the devil fruit tree. I'm sneered again. Marshal Sakaski, don't you think it is? The navy should be my dog. Obediently, go and catch Lin Tian for me. Yim gave orders again. And Sakarsky, who barely got up amidst the ruined walls, naturally puts everything in his eyes. Holding his injured abdomen, Sakarsky rushed to Lin Tian desperately. That's right. This is my heartfelt Red Dog Navy Marshal. Sakarsky asked himself, although he hated Lin Tian, but when he saw Yim, his anger was even greater. The navy is my glory. It is synonymous with justice. You are the culprit who intends to destroy the world. Sakarsky instantly changed his direction, stretched his arms and shouted, Meteor Volcano. In an instant, countless lava appeared in the sky and hit Yim, and Yim sneered sharply. Sure enough, you guessed it right. The navy is also time to be destroyed. It is reluctant to be called by the master. As soon as Yim's voice fell, he directly used the Claw of the Void. Then Sakarsky's body was penetrated instantly. Lin Tian Kuzan promised me to kill him. Naval justice. Evil will never tolerate Navy Marshal Sakarsky no longer alive. Sakarsky. The Warring States yelled, but it was a pity that Sakarsky couldn't hear any sound anymore. HMPH. Even if Uranus is blocked, what will happen? You will still be wiped out by me. Yimu became more and more arrogant, and his whole body turned into a monster like a tree trunk, dragging his huge body to attack Lin Tian. Lin Tian. I want you to die. Lin Tian had already been sentenced to death in Yim's heart. And Lin Tian looked at Yim in a stern formation, and then said to the people around him, be careful. Yim's strength is unfathomable. As soon as the voice fell, Yim rushed over quickly, and the earth shook. Yim raised his arm directly and shouted, Void King Claw. The King's Claw instantly attacked the ground, raising countless dust, and even causing the earth to shake. Everyone tried to avoid it, but the sudden crack of the earth caused many innocent Navy and Death Army characters to fall into it. In the earth. Desert tornado. Nuokagao directly resorted to a huge sandstorm, while restraining Yim, while shouting in that direction, "Run, run away." The Navy and the Reaper Corps that fell into the cracks of the earth also crawled out desperately. "Have you been kicked by the light?" Huang Yuan also kicked Yimu at the speed of light, and found that Yimu was almost unharmed, so he immediately said, "Bachichang Guyu." The golden light bullet quickly shot towards Yim, and Yim was hit by countless light bullets in an instant. "Take advantage of it now," Huang Yuan shouted at Lin Tian. Lin Tian was also immediately said, "Help me drag it, I'll prepare it." Then he began to gather all his strength, but it would take a certain amount of time. "Huh. I can't think of helping the pirate, Fujitora. Let's go together." Green Bull also rushed towards Yim. The rampage also delayed a lot of time. "You guys who eat inside and out. I am very angry. The old man still knows the truth of black and white. Try this trick." The barnacle was also immediately drawn with a gravity knife, and then the knife was inserted into the scabbard. Yim blew the two generals away in one breath. "Damn it. I saw the meteorite in the sky," immediately raised both hands in an attempt to catch the meteorite. "Excuse me. Can't let you do what you want." Xiao Ba also immediately said, 6 swordsmanship 36 Yan Emperor. An extremely hot fireball was shot out of Zhaoba's hands. The fireball instantly hit Yim's body, and the meteorite and the flame instantly exploded together. "Aren't you okay?" Kuzan also asked. "It's going to be a while." Lin Tian also continued to hold him and looked at Yim very seriously. "I'll go to care for a while." Kuzan also rushed over in an instant and shouted, "He times." The surrounding area quickly began to freeze, and Yim's body was also frozen instantly. However, in less than 3 seconds Yi broke the ice and yelled, "Humph! Is it really naive to want to stop me like this?" Wan Jia Baixia punishment. Guina was also straightforward, and Guina, holding her sleeve Shirayuki, once again froze Yim with absolute zero power. "Pass it to me." Barrett was also a fierce man who flew over, lifted a heavy punch, and hit the frozen Yim with a punch covering his arms. However, Yim broke out of the ice suddenly, and a tail swept Barrett away. "You guy." Barrett was also unwilling to lose and fought with Yim again. Super hit Ghost Bomb. Perona also summoned a Ghost Bomb and flew to Yim's side to try to stop Yim from advancing with the explosion. It's a pity that Yim doesn't invade fire or water, and he's not afraid of any attacks. No one can stop him from moving forward. "Give up. Lin Tian. Even if everyone stops me, I will sometimes kill you." Yim's domineering color burst out in an instant. Countless seamen and legionaries lost consciousness in an instant, and countless strong men also tried their best to resist. Damn it. Still nothing good. Lin Tian was naturally anxious in his heart, but there was almost no one around to stop Yim's actions. The captains also stopped working, and few people could persist in the face of Yim's Super King. And at this moment, suddenly another powerful overlord color suddenly broke out from a distance. "Master Yim hopes that you can sell my face and stop this war." Shanks also said solemnly. "Shanks, are you kidding me?" Yim also said disdainfully, "A stinky boy would dare to point fingers at me." Overlord. Yim once again exploded the domineering look. And the red-haired Shanks was naturally unwilling to show weakness. The same extremely powerful overlord color on his body also burst at the same time. In an instant, the two people's overlord color met, and a conflict between the overlord color was formed. Cracked. And the red hair put on it was also instantly stunned by the overlord color. It's really a terrifying and domineering look. Even I can't hold it for too long. The red-haired Shanks never thought that Yim would be so strong. Even the overlord color that he was best at was at a disadvantage. Damn it, it's getting a little strenuous when it's at a disadvantage. Shanks also began to sweat profusely. Boom. Suddenly, there were two extremely powerful domineering forces, and they instantly joined the rivalry between domineering dominance. Boom. At this moment, Yim suddenly flew upside down, and his huge body instantly smashed into the building of New Malin Vander. "Who is it?" Yim roared angrily and then crawled out of the ruined wall, but saw a familiar figure. "Huh. Cluck, cluck. Malin Fanduo is really lively. Of course I have to come and join in the fun, or the world will be destroyed." "White Beard. You are here too," Yim also said viciously. "And me. I also want to contribute to my father." The topless man was the Huoquan ace that Lin Tian had rescued. And us. Behind is the Phoenix, Marco Seaman, who is very equal to the members of the White-Beard Pirates. The four emperors are really interesting. There hasn't been such an interesting thing in many years. Haha. Let me verify your strength. I'm also spoke harshly without any fear. Are you not okay? Lin Tian, what are you preparing? Warring States also hurriedly asked from the side. Boy Lin Tian, aren't you okay? Carp also said anxiously. It's almost done. Wait a minute. Lin Tian has already prepared half of this trick. There is no way. The next four emperors are us. We are the last line of defense. I hope you can get ready soon. Don't want to deal with Daddy. The Phoenix Marco and Ace also rushed out directly, and the immortal Qingyan and Dion Ji and Emperor shot out instantly and attacked Yim. The captains of the White-Beard teams such as Foil Beasta and Diamond Joes also rushed out of Im and sneered, Captain Whitebeard, dare to be an enemy of me. Void Chain. As soon as Yim's voice fell, countless chains of emptiness burst from Yim's body, rushing to everyone at an extremely fast speed. There is no way to hide below the general level, and the Void Chain instantly locks the captains of the White-Beard squad. Damn it. Shanks couldn't recognize it and rushed up. Jesus Cloth. The red-haired Vice-Captain Ben Beckman called. Understand. Jesus clothed immediately. Use a cannonball to attack Im's left eye. Unexpectedly, Yim seems to have the ability to predict the future. Look at the sword. Shanks' domineering is extremely powerful, and then a red light burst out directly, slashing towards Yim. Shanks. Yimu still used the Void Chain, and the chain quickly attacked Shanks. Humph. Shanks waved his western sword and instantly cut the chains of the Void, cutting out a few sword auras, and the sword auras also cut off the chains of the trapped captains of the Whitebeard squad. You bullied my child, you really deserve to die. The Whitebeard also set up his Naginata, and the white ball immediately attached to it. Bybeard swung his Naginata directly and quickly, and in an instant, countless powerful sword auras instantly swung out and attacked Yim. Whitebeard. Armed color. Yim's body is covered with a thick layer of armed color, even with the hard-to-white beard knife skills, it can be unharmed. Humph. I am sneered. Whitebeard. You really are old. Your knife doesn't seem to have any power. Asshole. Then you try this. Whitebeard immediately changed to a fist and smashed into the air. A white crack appeared in the air. It was a crack in which the space was shattered. Suddenly a strong air shock was caused, and Yim was hit again and flew back in an instant, falling into the ruined wall. Whitebeard, although he is old, he still has extremely powerful strength. Shanks also nodded, and at this moment Im stood up again. Damn it. I can't forgive you. Yim obviously became extremely angry, and his entire body became even bigger. Take me another punch. Eat me too. Bybeard and Shanks shot at the same time, attacking Yim, and Yim directly exploded with both hands, turning into something like a flower, and instantly entangled the two. Boss. Father. The pirates belonging to the four emperors are all trying their best to rescue, but Yi can be said to have reached an extremely terrifying level. With only one thought, the surrounding pirates instantly passed out. Oops. Even the four emperors were caught. The Warring States period also looked at Lin Tian and asked, Lin Tian, okay. If you don't make a move, it will be too late. Wait a minute. Divine power. The Ant and Kaido in Lin Tian's divine power space were released. However, at this time, the Ant and Kaido had been resurrected by the power of Soul Fruit, which meant that they had become Lin Tian's powerful companions. This is Kaido of all beasts. Sengoku and Carp were also immediately said in surprise. Don't worry, now they in. We are together. I still need time, you must buy enough time for me. Lin Tian once again prepared his own technique. You guys. Go and hold the big monster in front of you. Lin Tian issued an order. Yes master. The Ant and Kaido rushed up one after another. Overlord. Overlord. The two former four emperors also burst into Overlord look and domineering in an instant, and attacked Yim, thunderous gossip. Kaido directly used his own trick to kill Luffy. Emperor Guili's sword breaks 5, blade. And the Ant used strange power and her own Flame Emperor sword. Yimu also stretched out his two sturdy arms to block the attack of the two. Drink. Kaido yelled. What? The Ant is also doing her best. Yim's arms broke at the same time. The four emperors of Gia are ridiculous. Do you really think that you are enough to rule the world? Drink? I am yelled, and once again his arms were fully restored, and his arms seemed stronger and harder than before. Void cannon. One hand of Yim instantly turned into a cannon, launching a void cannon that would shatter even space, and Kaido, who was known as the Immortal, also chose hard resistance. However, it turned out to be tragic, and Kaido was once again killed by a spike. Prometheus. Zeus. With a grenade and a fire, the ant exploded her dual attribute attack towards Yim. Thunderfire strikes. The ant also tried her best, and launched an attack that even a king-level powerhouse would not dare to underestimate. However, who was the other party is Yim, the royal family based on the top of the dragon people. One of the 20 people who established the world government, Void Cannon. Yimu fired the Void Cannon again, and also directly ignored the ant's attack on him. The moment the body blocked the ant's Thunderfire crit, the Void Cannon had already destroyed the ant. Yim's strength is terrifying. Oops, even Ling Ling and Kaido can't withstand Yim's blow. Shanks sweated profusely, looking at the white beard and said, "Rub." Guina once again rescued Shanks, Bybeard and others from their bondage. Void Claw. Countless claws burst out of Yim's body, and he instantly attacked countless powerful men including Lin Tien. However, Guina, Shanks and Whitebeard 3 are the closest. Danger. Lin Tien realized the danger but couldn't get out. Rub. There was another sword sound, and then a single ship appeared in front of everyone. Sorry. Come one step later. The headed person wears a black hat, the abdominal muscles are open, and it has eyes similar to Yim. And behind it is a cross-shaped giant sword. The strongest Black Sword Knight. That's right, the visitor was Mihawk, one of the first 7 Wuhei, and he cut off several Im's void claws with a single knife. A Kiwahai came to stop me too. What a great irony, you deserve to be a pirate. Yim is still extremely arrogant. Who said I am the one? Hawkeye's voice fell. Several figures appeared again, and Jinping also joined in. Seaman is very flat, Hawkeye Mihawk, Trafalgaro, Pirate Empress Boya Hancock, and there is also a ridiculous clown. Kiwahai is a fairly long-term title, but the old man wants to fight for it too. Jinping said. That's right, even if Bucky is here, how can we not be there? Mihawk also said domineeringly. Lin Tien is the head of the house, if you do it for me, you have to buy him some time. Trafalgaro also said handsomely. Husband, I want to help you too. The girl looked at Lin Tien tenderly and said. Why am I here? I don't know what the reason is, even the clown Bucky has played, and at this time he is also surprised. Since you are here, don't be embarrassed. Hawkeye also smiled and looked at Bucky and said. Huh. Kiwahai. Only ants. No matter how much you come, it is impossible to prevent your destruction. Yimu still said evilly, as if he didn't pay attention to anyone. Gia, go to hell, void chains, aromatic feet. Bucky. The Murloc Karate C flows over the shoulder throw. Black knife flow. The 5 Chi Wuhai also attacked the void chain at the same time, and the void chain was broken. With the powerful attack of Kiwahai, Shanks and Whitebeard had to avoid themselves, while Lin Tien was held by the female emperor. Evacuate later. Husband, it's not good yet, what more do you prepare for this technique? The empress also asked. Soon, in a while. Lin Tien said. Huh, well done, let's play a game with you, void clone. I'm split into countless symbiosis in an instant. These symbionts are slimy and look disgusting. Then the symbiote also changed into a human form, but could not speak. 5 to 5 is fair. Yimu also sneered, and the 555 symbioses instantly dragged Kiwahai. What the hell is this? How can it not be killed? Bucky couldn't help but vomit. Be careful, Bucky. This thing is not easy. Hawkeye Mihawk also drew a knife directly, who knew that the symbiote actually resisted the strongest slash without fear. This guy has a hard shell. Hawkeye was also immediately said. It seems that even the fruits of the operation can't open his body. Trafalgaro also frowned and felt bad. Captive arrow. The Empress was also desperately preventing the Im symbiote, but it was of little use. Merman Karate 4000 Watt Jungchuan. Jinping's attacks kept bombarding the symbiote, but the result did not change in the slightest. It seems that this guy's appearance is the same as that of Yim, and he has more powerful weapons. Otherwise, it will be difficult to defeat him. Hawkeye explained. Let me do it. Barrett also stood and said, I confuse Pluto. This should take him a lot of time. Barrett's voice fell immediately, inviting consent. Chi Wuhai tried their best to cover Barrett, and Barrett was naturally armed and domineering, covering his whole body, desperately rushing to the position of the death god. What? Hawkeye tried his best. Humph. The female emperor also tried her best. Okay. Jinping also tried his best. Damn it. Luo Yepin did his best. Torn apart. Bucky also used his fruit ability to attack the I'm symbiote. Abominable catfish monster. Let you try this, uncle, and have to attack. However, everyone's attacks did not have the slightest effect. After all, the opponent is the strongest enemy in the pirate world. Void domineering. Yimu also sneered, all domineering, and instantly suppressed Kiwahai, unable to move. I am looking at Barrett in the distance. He also snorted coldly. That kid, what do you want to do? In short, we must not let he succeeds. I'm ordered his symbiote to run towards Barrett as fast as possible. However, Barrett has quick eyes and has already boarded the Reaper, and has merged with the Reaper. Then Barrett merged with Pluto and became a Super Strike Barrett, only smaller than I'm. Humph. We succeeded. Jinping, Bucky, Hawkeye, and Luo were also stunned. They were deprived of their lives in an instant, and they could feel the aura in their bodies passing by. You guys. You want to beat me? What a self-reliance. What a naive. Huh. I chose to combine with ancient weapons. Humph. More than catch. I want to beat you. Who is it? Attack the body of I'm, at the broken arm. This is our only hope. The blue-armed color domineering has already covered the whole body. Barrett's strength suddenly increased, and it also instantly suppressed Yim, and Yim's void claw was also instantly shattered. Finally, the decisive punch was finally sent, and the punch containing the power of the Pluto's cannon was also blasted against I'm. No one thought that Barrett would actually catch the attack of Im's void claw, and I'm also looked at Barrett in shock and asked, how is it possible? Can actually catch my void claw? Super Barrett killed those symbiosis completely in an instant, and Barrett's strength after being combined has reached the late king level. Later, Barrett also felt the sensation of a heavy punch in his abdomen, and then the entire huge Barrett also responded. Lin Tian threw down the Empress and rescued the Empress, but at that moment a stabbing that was invisible to the naked eye had already struck. Shouted. Barrett also lost consciousness and never woke up again. Barrett reacted immediately. First, please subscribe and collect. Barrett looked around, but found that he couldn't see any enemies at all, and he couldn't even detect the breath of other people when he saw and looked domineering. What happened? How can it? Ha! The strongest blow. Be careful. Pluto Fist. The power of the ancient weapon Pluto is so terrible, and Im's entire body is instantly beaten to shreds, and everyone clearly feels that Im's breath has disappeared. Barrett couldn't help but feel a little proud. Yim was obviously furious again, but he was angry but had no way to stop others from attacking him. Chi Wuhai couldn't believe it. It works. Im also raised his arm and shouted, Void Claw. Everyone immediately. Humph. Getting stronger. This is my goal. Super Barrett is not to be outdone, and the same powerful punch meets the Void Claw. Under Barrett's call, everyone unscrupulously released their big moves, and the goal was the weak spot where the giant William's broken arm was broken. Who killed Kiwahai and Barrett in a second? Even the Empress has an unbelievable look. After all, no one can feel the breath of anyone. Be careful. Lin Tian once again hugged the Empress and teleported back, and there was an extremely terrifying shock in the place just now. Boy Lin Tian. Shanks and I will continue to hold you back. Before Whitebeard got up, he felt a huge shaking force that was completely beyond his level hitting his body. Puff. Whitebeard couldn't believe that he was punched through his body in an instant. Even if he was as strong as a Whitebeard, his life would gradually flow away. Huh. I'm a Whitebeard. Bybeard didn't know what he had caught for a moment, and then shouted, Shanks. Shanks replied immediately. I see. Then he also took out his western knife, accompanied by the red thunder and lightning, slashed in front of the Whitebeard. Unexpectedly, the Whitebeard was hit again, and his whole body flew out in an instant and hit the red-haired Shanks. The two lost their fighting ability in an instant. Whitebeard only breathed a breath, and Shanks also lost the fighting ability. Warring States and Carp looked at each other and nodded one after another. Lin Tian. Go ahead. Let's buy some more time for you. I hope your trick can defeat him. Warring States also turned around and said, then rushed up with Carp. Warring States directly urged his fruit ability and transformed into a giant Buddha form. Kapu was also surprisingly serious, covering his whole body with armed colors and attacking the surroundings. The two of them will have no worries about their lives for a while. But Lin Tian was very nervous. Now it's the invisible power's turn. Hankook, you are not his opponent. I have sucked you into the mighty space. Later, Lin Tian also directly inhaled Hancock regardless of Hancock's consent. As expected by Lin Tian, the warring states and Carp persisted for a while, and they were instantly killed by inexplicable power. Now that only Lin Tian is left in the audience preparing for a trick, the others are all killed in action, fainted, and Nu Ma Lin Fanduo has no more people who can fight the enemy. Lin Tian is the last one. However, Lin Tian was not nervous at all, just observing the surroundings and waiting carefully. Rub. Lin Tian's sights and colors were full, and he also caught a trace of the enemy, and then jumped back in an instant. Boom. The ground just now burst in an instant, as if it was hit by someone with great strength. Sure enough, you can see some of his shadow with such a domineering look and hearing. You can avoid his attack, it's easy. Lin Tian also put his hands together, preparing for a big move, but his feet have been avoiding at the critical and appropriate time. Once or twice, Lin Tian's domineering look and hearing became more proficient and seemed to be moving to a deeper level. Listen to the voices of all things and the power of Sea King? Lin Tian naturally knew why he could catch some enemies. Lin Tian has always been able to avoid the ability of that invisible enemy, and if things go on like this, that enemy will naturally no longer pretend. He suddenly appeared in Lin Tian's sight. I am. Lin Tian looked at Yim again, but at this time Yim was a little different, his eyes were shining, and he looked at Lin Tian with a proud look. Lin Tian. I said, our strength is not enough to kill me, I am a true god, king of the void. Yim then said, except for you, you are here now, now you can no longer delay time. I will kill you well. That's not necessarily. Look behind you. Lin Tian waited for his reinforcements again. I hope you can hold back some more time. My surgery will be completed soon. Be sure to hold I'm. Watch out for his attacks. Lin Tian also reminded. A man with a straw hat appeared behind him. Don't worry. I will fly him, become the One Piece. Luffy's group also appeared. Fourth gear, Snake Man. Luffy directly released a big move and attacked Yim. One more one. Yim also directly swung his claws and attacked Luffy. Boom. Luffy was not killed in an instant, but he was also shocked in an instant. Don't go heads up with him. Let's go together. Otherwise it is easy to be killed in seconds. Lin Tian also reminded loudly. The Straw Hats were naturally convinced, and Sauron also rushed up, holding his 3 knives and said, 3 swords flow of the great 3000 world. There are 3 swallowtail cuts, must kill the Firebird Star. Frankie line. The weather is great, thunderclouds. The survivors of the clan are really ironic. Strike the devil's foot. Boom boom. Yimu didn't get angry but smiled, as if he didn't put Luffy in his eyes at all, but Lin Tian felt Yimu's breath again and began to become irritable. I'm also began to sneer. This guy, he is still hurt. I am got up. The second one is for subscription, for collection. Lin Tian also understood in an instant and reminded. Yim was knocked into the air again, then fell down and fell to the ground. It seems that Yim's healing has been completed, and his strength instantly returned to the god level, even stronger than just now, even stronger, and his body directly became huge. Even the Straw Hat and the group were shocked. Suddenly a golden king cobra flashed in front of Luffy and instantly bit at Yim. Usopp was also stunned. Boom. If you only have this kind of strength, you naively want to beat me. Sauron frowned. I'm here, King Mirror Snake. Is that a lie? Important notice: everyone on Luffy's party ship launched the strongest attack on Yim. Dong dong. Lin Tian's heart was beating wildly, and a bad scene happened. Luffy was stimulated and said, what's so funny, I just want to be the One Piece. Yim's offensive power is very strong, but it seems that this time's defensive power is not very strong. I did not expect that under the siege of everyone, it seemed a little weak. HMPH. Ha 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 ha. The little ghosts of a clan are really strong. Yim broke out again. Wow haha. My body has been completely integrated with the demon fruit tree king Uranus. Even if you have the Hades, you can't defeat me. Accept your fate, ants. Boom. It's ridiculous to want to be the One Piece. Shut up you guy. Yim also folded his hands and tried his best to resist. Luffy hit Yim angrily. This is really troublesome. Rubber rubber. The Straw Hat blows up his right arm in one breath, and then becomes a black-armed color, and he is about to attack Yim, but it is a pity that Yim is killed in an instant. Go away. At this time, Yim didn't look like a human at all, which made people feel very uncomfortable. Hateful. Luffy was not dead, but struggling to walk out of the ruined walls. Luffy. Seeing this, Sauron and Sanji rushed forward. Devil Windfoot. Ghost. The two people joined forces and looked like a very powerful attack, but they were easily hit by Yim again, and both of them were terribly injured. Im's strength has once again strengthened the system, isn't it alright? Lin Tien clasped his hands together, as if Ji Lai in Hokage had become an immortal. Host. The crisis you are currently facing is not easily solved by you. Except for this method, I don't think there is any other way. It is the first time Lin Tien heard of the system being so helpless. Host. You must be in the last 10 minutes. Within these 10 minutes, you can't have any skills. The system repeats again. Okay, I know that Lin Tien has no choice but to continue to wait. After all, as a big, Yimu possesses inexplicable and almost invincible strength. Sauron. Sanji. Brook also picked up his own handknife and rushed like Yim. Soul Sword of Soul. Humph. The dead dare to stop me. Yim kicked Yim again, and almost instantly, Yim killed the Straw Hat and his party. After all, the current Yim, even Lin Tien, has to avoid the edge for the time being. There are 5 minutes left. It seems that I have to use some unusual means. Lin Tien yelled and didn't know what kind of language was uttered, and there was a strange movement around him. Okay. Yimu also noticed something wrong, but he still smiled at Lin Tien. HMPH. Lin Tien. Death Lin Tien. Are you strong? Are you not the strongest pirate in history? The strongest 4 emperors? Why are you not mad, you say? Why have you been here now? Escape. Lin Tien was too lazy to ream, still moving under his feet, but he was making some voice. Amidst the darkness, something responded to Lin Tien. At the same time, countless lives responded to Lin Tien. That's nice. Lin Tien looked at Yimu and smiled confidently again. Is there anything else you can get a whole card? Come on. Let me destroy it for you all at once. Then you have no hope. Humph. I want you to see what it means to win. Yimu also dragged his huge body to walk towards Lin Tien step by step. Humph. Lin Tien sneered. What? Yi Ying came over, and the surrounding ground instantly began to vibrate. Boom. 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 There seems to be something in the earth that is constantly hitting, and seeing and hearing the domineering full of colors seems to be able to see the group of things, it looks like. Aquaman. The Sea Kings are actually here. You are too naive to hit the new Ma Lin Fanduo. You want to use the Sea Kings to break Ma Lin Fanduo. For the powerhouse of the gods, the Sea Kings are just trash that can be easily killed. Yimu looked at Lin Tien and ridiculed once again. Haha. I didn't expect you to rely on this kind of power now. Is there nothing you can do? Yimu also approached Lin Tien again in an instant. I'm sorry. I don't think that the Sea Kings are weak after all because they have the power to destroy the world. Lin Tien repeated again, his voice also unusually firm. What? I am stunned again. He clearly felt the vibration under his feet instantly became exaggerated. After seeing and hearing the domineering, Yim found that the number of Sea Kings under the ground is not as simple as 1 or 2, but thousands, or even more than 10,000. So many giant Sea Kings hit the new Ma Lin with all their strength. Fan duo. It sounds like a foolish old man is moving the mountain. He is too stupid. But the real situation is just the opposite. Their impact caused the land of New Ma Lin Vatican to burst instantly, and the seawater also gushed out, and countless giant Sea Kings instantly appeared in New Ma Lin Vatican Square. In a short while, this place is no longer like the new Malin Fandor. The new Malin Fandor is cut into many small islands, and Yim is the target of the giant Sea King. Damn it. You actually got the power of the ancient soldier Chi Sea King. Yim had thought about it, but he had already determined that the power of the Sea King was on the White Star Princess of the Fisherman Island. The current situation was unexpected by Yim. Kill. I see how many Sea Kings you can have. Yim started the massacre of the Sea Kings, and several Sea Kings died at his hand. But the overlord in the sea is the Sea King. Even the Yim with the god-level ability can't fight against nature, so he is steadily dragged by the giant Sea King. I see how you can escape. Lin Tien is also continuing to complete the system assignment. On the other hand, the Sea Kings rushed towards Yim with dozens of heads and dozens of heads. In the face of the god-level powerhouse, the Sea Kings can just die, but they still use their lives to hold back Yim. Despite the heavy casualties, he jumped out of the sea desperately, crossed the sea, and rushed towards Yim. The sacrifices of the Sea Kings have increased rapidly, and the Sea Kings have no way to attack Im too effectively, because once they are close to Im, they will be instantly killed by Im's void domineering, so even the sea is stained crimson. For the entire sea, the dead Neptune is just a drop in the bucket, but for the whole world, it is a bright moment of being saved by the Neptune. The Neptune completed the task perfectly and completely dragged Im. 10 minutes passed quickly, and the Neptunes were also unable to succeed, and the surrounding Neptunes were almost dead, and Lin Tian finally showed a smile. Congratulations to the host. Complete the final fusion, the fusion of the sons of the plane of luck. The luck value has exceeded 1,000. After the fusion, you can continue to merge, but you need to defeat the more powerful enemy in front of you to plunder the luck value again. In the future, you still have the possibility of upgrading. Hello host. When it is detected that your luck value has risen to a higher level, you have another level reward that has not been received, and it has been received for you. Unlimited Hair King Uranus has been put into the divine space for you. Congratulations to the host. You have completed the task of gathering the 3 ancient weapons. Additional draws are detected. May I ask whether you will draw, or if you accumulate to the next prize and draw together, the explosion rate will be higher. The system asked again. Wait until I beat Im and smoke it together. Lin Tian also walked towards Yimu. Lin Tian pushed his feet hard, and his amazing jumping ability and perfect control instantly made him reach Yim's face. This guy's feeling has changed, and his breath has also changed. Yim was shocked, but the surface was still arrogant. I have been delaying time just now, just to become what it is now. Yimu still said pretentiously, unfortunately, it doesn't work. Hehe. If you don't see it, you can try it. The corner of Lin Tian's mouth rose slightly, and then the overlord color all over his body burst out in an instant. An overbearing dominance that surpassed everyone in the world burst out in an instant. I'm coming too. Void Overlord. Yimu also exploded his domineering look, and the 2 domineering entanglements instantly became entangled. This was the first domineering conflict between the 2 sides after their transformation, but it caused the surrounding sky to collapse and the landform environment was changed. The emergence of various spatial turbulences signifies that the battle between the 2 sides has exceeded the standards of the entire world. Lin Tian easily suppressed Yimu, and he felt that his domineering seemed to have become even more different. Trudy. Domineering. There are some evil spirits. The most important thing is that it is full of destruction. Lin Tian squeezed his fist and felt extremely powerful. And Yim was also shocked. You guy. What did you do? Why is the domineering suddenly so many times stronger? Yimu stared at Lin Tian. Trying to find the answer to become stronger in Lin Tian. But received Lin Tian's blow. Experience it for yourself. Lin Tian said casually. It seemed that Yim had completely ignored him, and his speed of movement at the speed of light made him silently behind Yim. Disappeared. Yimu saw and heard that the color was full of domineering, but he couldn't capture Lin Tian's position at all. Hey, you are looking for me? Lin Tian asked with a smirk. What? When? Yimu reacted extremely quickly. He turned around quickly, but his speed was so slow in Lin Tian's eyes. What a god level. Lin Tian then disappeared again. Where is it? Yimu fully turned on seeing and hearing but still couldn't find Lin Tian's position. Lin Tian raised his arm gently and slapped Yim's face with a slap. Snapped. Yim's entire body exploded in an instant, and his power only weakened after Yim rolled over for an unknown number of laps. Yim has no resistance. Damn. What's the matter with him? I am a god. The king of the dragon people. The god of the entire world. Why was he hanged and beaten by him? Why is this? Im couldn't understand the question. Lin Tian appeared behind him again in an instant, then stretched out his leg back, and then saw the timing and kicked it out. Boom. Yimu's huge body was kicked by Lin Tian again, and Yimu's whole body instantly fell innumerable. Let me break your turtle shell. Lin Tian gathered his hands, and a golden flash of light also began to gather quickly. This flash cannon is for you. Im. The sky is ready to go, watching Im spray out immediately. The flash cannon is still faster than the speed of light, and its attack power is extremely amazing. In less than an instant, it completely penetrated Yim's huge body. Yim's entire body began to peel off in a large area. Damn, I can't just lose like that. Yim didn't give up, but Lin Tian appeared beside Yim in an instant. I am sorry, can't let. You have destroyed the world. Lin Tian then raised one of his arms and slammed it down heavily. Ah! Lin Tian! A howl resounding through the sky filled the entire New Malin Fandor, but then there was a loud crash. Boom! The huge sound enveloped the New Marin Fanduo. The earth was instantly penetrated, the whole earth broke in an instant, and the seawater also shook in an instant. After Lin Tian's punch, Yim had already been blasted by a hammer, and Lin Tian killed Yim in a flash. Is it over? Lin Tian confirmed again. Hello host. After system detection, IMM in front of me is sure to have been killed by the host. But the system I did not detect that the host completed the side mission, and the host did not get the luck value on IMM. Yim did not really die, it is very possible. What you defeated was only a Yima-S clone or just a puppet. God-level puppet. Lin Tian also guessed what the system wanted to express. Seeing and hearing color. Lin Tian opened up the sights and sounds in an all-round way. The movements of the entire pirate world are all under his control, but there are only two places that can't be detected. Somewhere in Mary Joa and Love Drew, Lin Tian thought too. What kind of secrets are hidden in these two places? Lin Tian shook his head. Warning. Warning. System prompt. Pirate world is in danger of collapse. Please complete the final side missions and main missions as soon as possible. The voice of the system came again. It seems that it should be immediately. Hurry to Mary Joa. Lin Tian turned his head and looked at those friends who died in battle. Lin Tian directly turned his eyes into reincarnation eyes and nodded his hands and said, the art of reincarnation in the outer world. Immediately. Countless green balls of light jumped out of Lin Tian. These balls of light were very flexible, and they penetrated everyone's bodies in an instant. Whether the Death God Legion or the Navy, including all the dead people of the four Emperor's forces, opened their eyes. What's going on? Aren't I dead? Hey, didn't you also die? I watched you get killed. What happened? The scene is a bit chaotic. After all, some people died when fighting against the Navy, and some people died when fighting against Yim. What's going on? After Bybeard was resurrected, he also asked. I don't know, but it seems that the problem has been solved. We seem to be resurrected. Shanks touched our heads and said. It can be seen that it is Lin Tian's ability. Ben Beckman guessed. Guess well. The Warring States also came out, and everyone understood the situation instantly. But there was one person who was still confused. He put on a straw hat and said, aren't we dead already? Isn't this heaven? Luffy is still very dazed. Master Grim Reaper. Please tell me what to do next. The four heavenly kings also clasped their fists, waiting for Lin Tian's instructions. Okay. Sauron also watched for a long time before realizing it. You are Guina.